Mic's up. Check 1, 2. 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 2, 2, 2. How about it, Steve?
Check 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How about you, Joe?
Check 1. Check 2.
I'm gonna put that a little closer to you. Yeah, for
scared.
sure.
It
Check 1, 2. That's
Check
why
1, 2.
that's why the filter's there, so you can get right on it. You know what I mean?
I don't have the filter, so I can't
Not
go.
yet. Next time you will.
Because then it's going to go.
Yeah.
Next time you will.
Nice, nice.
You'll get the gold one.
That's all right. I had it last time. You get it this time. It's all good.
Just gotta give you a little bit more.
Shit. Is your granddaughter going to bed soon?
Yes.
Because I get a little ferocious. You know that.
No, we're good. We're all good.
All right.
We got it. Yes.
I'm gonna feel bad if she's hearing me.
Nope. Bring it. Bring it. All right. Good. Just want to make sure everything's at key. How about you, Joe?
I'm good.
You're good. I'm gonna give you a little bit, cause
Give me a little bit. I'm soft tone.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he is all the time. That's why Discord sucks. Because Joe's trying to talk and I'm screaming over him.
Sound good. They both sound good.
Yeah.
Sound good, right? Everybody sounds good,
I can
right?
hear you. I can hear
Hold
everybody.
on. All right, let me just. I'm gonna seal the door, guys. All right, we're gonna seal the door. All right, so everybody can see us right on. What's up? We're getting ready. We are getting ready. Right there.
It's just me and you watching. Joe.
Mine came off.
Huh?
My phone. For whatever reason. There we go. Yeah, now I can see. Oh, my wife's watching.
She is. All right. We got an audience. Love an audience. All right, let's go here. I see Joe, and you're right behind me right there, buddy. Check it out. Here, right here. My man's right there. Then Steve's phone full one. And there he is right there. Cool. Awesome. All right, we're back there.
No, there's a wicked delay.
There, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 15-second
yeah,
delay.
Yeah, they did that.
Actually, longer than that.
'cause
30.
people were
Yeah.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
You got your own studio, huh?
All right. Here we go.
You have music on
What's that?
YouTube? You got your own studio on YouTube?
Yeah, especially with this music. This is really like license-free music.
Yeah.
And Facebook is, you're right. Anytime you Facebook,
Trade.
if you don't have it right, then forget about it. All right, so I think we're good. And we're not muted. Want to make sure. Last time we were muted. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. All right. Just want to just check a couple things here. Okay. And we're gonna go. You want to go? You ready?
One,
I'm
two,
ready
three,
when you
go.
are, buddy.
All right. Hold on.
He's got to clear his throat.
Let's get Steve angry.
I feel bad. Sometimes I feel bad, dude, because I'm like, I go into, my wife knows, dude. I go into this zone, and like people just be at the house looking at me like, dude, you all right? Sorry,
You're just passionate.
people, you know what I mean? Like she had her friends, a couple friends come over the other day for lunch or whatever, and I'm sitting.
Take it easy. Stop.
Guy, I'm watching the
So good stuff,
Judge
man.
Comey stuff, you know, the Judge Justice Barrett stuff.
Fire it up.
And I'm like, what are you? Has she ever sexually assaulted somebody? Did
Yeah,
you
that's
really
terrible.
just
Yeah, that's
ask for
terrible.
that?
That's terrible.
I'm like, you've got to be shitting me
That's
right
terrible.
now.
That's terrible.
I'm flipping out. They're all looking at me, laughing because they all know.
This
who I
guy's a
am.
maniac.
No, they all know me, so they know I'm
Uncle Steve is crazy. He's on that Bobby Couto Show podcast. All right, here we go. There you go. All right, We're going to open this baby up, and then we're going to go crazy. All right, here we go. You ready?
1, 2,
Ready.
3.
You ready? That
Let's
sounds
go.
great. Fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that Shure. It's an SM58. The microphone. SM58. It's a Shure mic.
Oh yeah.
It's a pure vocal microphone, condensed microphone. It's a little different than what we have here. But it does sound nice, man. Your voice pops
Dude,
in.
I'm
It's great.
expecting next time you're gonna have that golden Joe Rogan.
You got it. It's going to have your name on it.
He's
It
gonna
is. It's
start
going to have your
singing.
name on it.
No, I mean for you. You need that special Joe Rogan.
See
big-
that, man? I want
Done.
one. $400.
I know.
I looked at it. So I all right, we got to stop talking. All right, so I gotta shut this off right here. So echo, it's just us now. Now it's just us in the headphones. We got nothing else going on. All right, here we go. You ready? I got a nice intro for us guys. Gonna open up with some Van Halen. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
This is great. You guys are gonna love this. I know you are. All right, here we go. Bobby Couto Show, episode 45.
But let's not go into it. You evidently do not respect the chairman of the committees who wrote these bills.
I respect
And I
all of
wish
you.
you would respect the knowledge that goes into getting meeting the needs of the American people. But again, you've been on JAG defending the administration all this time with no knowledge of the difference between our two bills. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to say that to you in
All right,
person.
Madam Speaker,
Virtually.
these are incredibly difficult times right now, and we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for joining
we'll
us.
leave it on the vote that you are not right on this, Wilk, and I hate to say that to you. But I feel confident about it, and I feel confident about my colleagues, and I feel confidence in my chairs.
It's not about me. It's about millions of Americans who can't put food on the table, who can't pay the rent,
And
who are
we
having
represent
trouble,
them,
who
and we
are in trouble
represent them,
getting
and
by
we
on
represent
these
them,
long food
and we
lines that we're
represent
seeing.
them.
I know
we
you
know
are.
them.
I'm just
we
saying,
represent them, and we know them.
as we
We
say,
know them. We represent them.
don't let the
Yes.
perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say
It is
here in
nowhere
Washington.
near perfect.
Madam Speaker.
Always the case, but we're not even close to the good.
All right, let's see what happens, because every day is critically important. Thanks so much
Thank
for
you for
joining
your
us.
sensitivity to our constituents' needs.
I am sensitive to them because I see them on the street begging for food, begging for money. Madam Speaker, thank
Have
you
you
so much.
fed them? We feed them. We feed them.
We'll continue this conversation down the road for sure. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 45th installment of the Bobby Couto Show. That was your House Speaker Nancy Pelosi getting guillotined by Wolf Blitzer on CNN. Welcome, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 45, Mr. Joe Costa
Hello?
and Mr. Steve Silvestre.
Hello.
We are hot. We are steaming. Big day, big times. How is everyone doing? I know it's been a little bit, right? Been a little bit since we been together, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be worth the wait. We got a jam-packed show today. Unless you live under a rock, you know, right? Like, we got some big stuff going on tonight, guys, right? So, Justice Amy, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Can't wait.
48-year-old bombshell, conservative, right? All the right answers. I tell you what, I got a crush, guys. I'm no, why not? A little bit? I think so. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. In case you didn't know, I'm still not over Eddie Van Halen passing away. So I thought, you know what, let's,
That was a tough one.
just out of pure respect for Mr. Eddie Van Halen and of course the great David Lee Roth. 1981 Van Halen, Mean Street, Fair Warning. That was their fourth studio album. And I'll tell you what, that was released in 1981. It sold more than 2 million copies. It was actually the slowest selling album for Van Halen, believe it or not. But I will tell you what, nothing gets your blood pumping like a little Van Halen. No, guys, right? Right? Good stuff. Good stuff. So rest in peace, Mr. Eddie Van Halen. We miss you very, very much. And guys, again, here we are, man. You know what? We are in studio. And if you're on Facebook Live, you can see where we're at, guys. And join me in welcoming these two fantastic individuals. Listen, we're not afraid. No corona here.
No.
You know, right? No
I'm
corona.
6 feet apart from
Right,
you.
like this 6 feet. See what I did? You see how I did this? I mean,
listen,
everybody can see how I did
Listen,
it. But
we all need to get corona because that's how you become immune to a corona.
and you know what? I'm so glad
Well,
you
only
said
4
that.
months.
Yeah. Anyways,
Listen.
That's what Trump said.
I'm with you, though. I'm with you. Like, I totally agree. I'm ready to
Like
get it.
anything
Like,
else.
just give it to me. Like, I want
Like, do you realize that that's what a vaccine is, right? Like you get the flu vaccine every year.
Yeah, it's temporary, right? 'Cause
They inject the flu into you,
right.
and
right,
it builds
right,
antibodies,
Right.
and then you become immune.
Right.
Granted, it may only be for a certain period of time,
Right.
but then the season's over and you don't worry about
So I see the point you're trying to make. What you're saying is like, what's the difference in just catching it from someone than getting the shot, right? I mean,
Right.
you're gonna get the actual symptoms, though. Maybe.
That's
Because-
like saying just give me the flu.
Yeah. Right.
No,
I
you're
don't,
gonna-
I don't want either one.
No, you don't want it.
but you're gonna get it either way.
But if you got it and you got it, I know what you're saying. Get it
Yeah.
and just get it over with.
Right.
Like,
I
just
see what you're saying.
just do it.
That's the thing. People react to vaccines different ways, right?
Yeah.
Flu vaccine. Some people get it. I know people that get the flu vaccine every year, and every year they still get the flu.
Yeah.
And I know people that get the vaccine and then never have it.
They're all
So it's
That's because the vaccine's only about what 24, 25%.
You know,
if that
I will
works.
tell you, like, anytime they politicize anything, it scares me. But in this case, when you're talking about a vaccine and they've made it so political, and
Yeah.
you almost don't know. But again, I trust companies like, I guess, AstraZeneca and Pfizer. I would imagine that they.
well, Cuomo doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Um,
No, he doesn't.
Kamala Harris won't. She won't take it. either.
No. Well, she said it. She said that if Donald Trump was the one to, then she wouldn't. But if it was released by maybe
The
Dr. Fauci,
scientists.
I mean the scientist, that's what she said. The
scientists,
scientist,
yeah.
then she would take it. So I mean, I guess I guess it's the hand that feeds you in that case. But you know what? Speaking of Donald Trump, real quick, maybe this just annoys me.
See,
And
we're already off topic.
I know we're all over the
dance.
place, but
Get his dance going.
you know what annoyed me? Obviously, you guys, the whole 60 Minutes thing, right? Right? You heard about the 60 Minutes interview and how that all went down.
Walked off, yeah.
You know what bothers me about that is, why do they refer to him as Mr. Trump? But in all fairness, regardless, again, I go back to saying, regardless of how you
Because
feel,
They don't recognize him
Because
as
they don't
president.
want it. They don't want. Right. That's exactly it. They don't want to give him that title, even though he has. The American people have given him that title, at least until
respect,
January
a
19th.
little respect. Just for the
They-
office, right? Just for the office. No different. And
They have
again,
none.
you know what? Not that I should feel any different. You know, when I did mention that tonight, they're actually going to. Now, is there a way that they can postpone this? Are they
No,
doing?
it's
Are they
going
gonna,
through now.
No,
so,
it's absolutely.
So
not.
at this point,
They
they're
have the
actually going to go.
votes.
They're actually going to go through with the whole thing. So
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna-
have the
Yeah, they
votes.
got until 8 o'clock or whatever.
I mean, Schumer
They're
tried.
gonna
Schumer tried to go into recess, like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have the votes to go into recess. So they've already voted that out. So now they're in session, and
So this
Mitch
is the
McConnell's gonna
perfect
put it
thing
up
is
to a
you
vote.
got an individual here who is spotless, right? You would agree that these are people that their whole lives lead up to this moment. You know what I mean? They realize that they're going to be in this position, and somehow they figure out a way to ask these ridiculous questions, and they call into question one's character, and and I get it. Like, you're interviewing for the job, but in any of it, I think I speak for all of us. If you came into a job interview and the first question you asked me was something along the lines of, have you ever been accused of, some lady might say you might, maybe you touched her inappropriately at a party. How do you start an interview that way? Or how do you ask a question like that? And I mean, what are you actually expecting? You know what I mean? Like right? I mean, so when you ask that line of questioning, I think automatically, and I don't even know how they compose themselves, because quite honestly, I would have, right? But I
yeah,
guess you have to.
She
Like, you don't
kept
have.
it. She definitely kept it together in many places where I would have looked at him and said, "You're joking, right? Like, this is a joke."
Right.
Because the funny thing is she's only been in the Seventh Circuit for, I want to say, like 7 years, maybe not even that long. So they already voted to put her on.
But she was in the appeals courts, right?
Right,
that's
but
what-
but the Senate already voted her
2014,
in.
I think.
Right.
when
And
they
for people who don't know, like, the appeals court is like the minor leagues, right? Like, you go to the appeals court, you minor league over there, and then you hope that
Right, there's
someone
different
calls you up to
circuits.
the big leagues.
There's different circuits around the country, right? So, like, the Seventh Circuit will cover, Illinois. Crap, of course I go blank.
No, that's right.
Ohio, I think, and
Power of editing,
whatever.
brother.
Ninth
The
Circuit,
power of editing.
right? The Ninth Circuit's out in California, right?
Yeah.
The most useless circuit in the world.
Yeah.
so you got a bunch of them, and basically, you go to district court, you don't like that, you go to the state Supreme Court, you don't like that, you go to the appeals court, you don't like that, now you go to the Supreme Court.
Right. So she's just a step below.
She's one step below.
Right.
And they voted her in. I mean, she was nominated.
Yep.
They vetted her.
Yep.
They questioned her.
Mm-hmm.
And and if I'm not mistaken, she was unanimously put into the Seventh Circuit.
Even the line of questioning when you had Kamala Harris, who was doing the remote kind of questioning thing, and she was some of the things like I just understand, and I get it. She's running for a campaign, and she's going to take advantage of any opportunity she gets on TV to say whatever the hell she wants to say. But in this case, it was it was almost derogatory and demoralizing, because even if you're going to be the leader or the co-leader of the free world, right? Like if I'm going to vote for you, I don't want you to speak to someone who's going to be making critical decisions daily. Right. You know what I mean? And you're speaking to that person that way. To me, that's already a bad.
Excuse me. Can I finish my question?
Right.
Like there's no
need for that. Like
no need.
No need for that whatsoever. No. And to me, you know what that is? You know what I find that? I find that as a filler. Like when I don't have the answer to something, I'll go right. I say or right to her and to Joe. Come on, man. That's his, and hers is. Can I finish? Can I finish? Yeah. And then it's funny because
or the Joker laugh.
You know what I think? You know, right? You know what I think of? I think of South Park. You know when the Canadians, what is it? What are the two?
Talking to the wrong guy.
Oh, come on, man. The two characters there. Come on, man. No. You know what? I'm not. What is it?
Cartman.
No, it's the two characters that
dude,
they
I'm
watch.
Not a South Park guy,
They're both Canadian. You know what? My shame on me. My South Park fans are going to be so disappointed on me. I'm going to have to look that up. But nonetheless, that's what when he says that, that's what I think of immediately is that cartoon. It's amazing to me that that line of questioning takes place.
Terrence and Phillip.
Thank you very much.
Justin.
Just in case.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that, man. So there you go. Terrence and Phillip.
I like that.
Come on, man.
They should have asked her if she had ever been sniffed by Joe Biden.
Oh,
I like
geez,
that.
right,
Justin
man.
Too.
Well,
I like that.
There were rumors, right? There were some rumors flying around. I don't know. I don't want to say anything, and I don't even want to go there because if you want to start talking about rumors,
you're gonna get verified.
We can, yeah, right. They're gonna blow us up. And if you want to talk about rumors, we talk about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and that laptop. I mean, they're just ridiculous.
That's not a rumor.
I don't think
right.
It's a rumor
No. Like, well, if you're on the left, right? If you're watching CNN, and you're watching MSNBC, and every channel but Fox, that laptop doesn't exist, and the only thing you're hearing about it is Mr. Adam Schiff saying that it's Russian.
It's a Russian implant.
It's a Russian implant. That he's the one that's doing that. So again, it's.
I guess the store owner had it for a while.
Yep.
Contacted the FBI
and gave it to him.
They didn't contact
for a
him back.
year. For a year.
And then he contacted the DOJ.
Yep. For a year.
And then he went and got Rudy Giuliani, and Giuliani was like, "Oh,
right. Listen,
thank you."
Opportunities.
So I mean, and that's part of the show. I mean, we're gonna get into that, and there's a couple of things we're gonna talk about. But I would really want to go in a little bit of order. But in this case, I really wanted to talk about the debate. I thought the debate was, again, in contrast to the first debate and the second debate.
That's the debate I wanted to see.
That's the first time, and I'm gonna have to agree with you, Joe.
I think, and so this is just clearly my opinion. I think he had to do that during the first debate in order to be able to do what he did in this last debate.
I don't know.
That's how I feel about it, because I think his motive, what he wanted to do was call out Joe Biden on all of this different stuff.
Yeah.
And then let the American people just go, you know what? He makes a good point.
Yep.
And now even the media, as biased as they are, started asking more questions about specific things.
Well, I think strategy, and I think
that's what it was.
And I think it was strategy, because even the first time around, he got Biden to say a lot think things that I don't think Biden wanted to say, including denouncing the Bernie Sanders manifesto. That was a big deal.
Right.
The Free Green Project there.
The Green New Deal.
The Green New Deal. That was another big.
But it's on your website.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So then it leads me into the second debate, and I think he did the same thing. And I think, in other words, I always mention in the show, when they get you brick by brick. And in this case, Donald Trump is getting him brick by brick, because in the second time he got him to denounce oil. He literally got Joe Biden to say that he was going to just.
Let me ask you a question. Where does Joe Biden stand on fracking?
No,
because
Right? No,
I can't keep up.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
It changes every day.
And so on Meet the Press, his press secretary gets on there.
I want to ask you about the remark
and
late in the debate.
She's
about the
trying
oil
to play
industry, where the
backup
former vice
on
president
what he
wants
said
to
at that
transition,
debate. Check this out.
Away from the oil industry. And look, some of these remarks that he has said them before. But let me ask the question to you this way, Kate. If you work in the oil industry, if you believe that fracking has been good for the economy, and you've heard the statements from Joe Biden, long term, Joe Biden doesn't sound like a supporter of those industries. So why shouldn't those folks think, you know what, Donald Trump's going to be more supportive, not Joe Biden? You comfortable with that?
Let's be really clear about something, Chuck. There is only one person in this country who Joe Biden thinks should lose his job, and it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to distort Joe Biden's position on this because he's desperate to be running against anybody but Joe Biden. That's been true from the start of this primary. Look, he, as Joe Biden said on the debate stage, he is not going to end the fossil fuel industry. He's going to end subsidies for the oil industry. He believes that your taxpayer dollars should go to education. Donald Trump believes they should go to Exxon. That is a contrast and a conversation that we're willing to have any day. But look, if you take a step back, Joe Biden has put forward an aggressive climate change plan that has been endorsed by climate groups, but it's also been endorsed by labor because it is also a jobs plan. It is a plan that will make significant investment in carbon capture and sequestration, in infrastructure. It's a jobs plan. And so, he believes that we are not only going to create new jobs, we are going to maintain jobs. People are not going to lose jobs under a Biden administration.
Well, the funny thing is Clean Harbors is going to do a good job because you see how much oil comes out of that. That was so funny, right? You guys sent me that picture of that word. Who knew, right? So you think a wind turbine, and things spinning, right, collecting air, and it makes that electricity. Nobody thinks that there's like 10,000 gallons of, hydraulic fluid,
right,
in that motor, and that motor's cranking around.
But we're going to get rid of oil. What are you gonna oil?
What are you gonna do?
Anything with?
So that was, in case you guys want to know, Kate Bedingfield, and she is the deputy campaign manager for Joe Biden. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what she said. Did you? To your point, like I can't interpret it. I don't know.
No,
I don't even know what she said. I don't have no idea.
She literally said that.
She doesn't know.
Right. Basically,
but
she doesn't know, and
know
that
where
the
he
only
stands
job
on
that
it.
he wants anybody to lose is Donald Trump to lose his job.
That's
except
all I got out of that,
they're gonna lose. They're losing all of these in his state, right? Because he's Scranton. He's the Scranton kid.
So let me challenge you on that. Let me challenge you guys. Let me challenge you on this. So we watch and listen to a lot of political information, right? And anybody who follows this campaign right now is pretty much saying that people have already made up their minds. I mean, we're literally less than 10 days away from the election, 8 days away from the election. And the people have already made up their minds. And the people that they were trying to, in this case, sway or move over, or were actually getting people who supported their side to actually go and vote. So it no longer became a campaign of let's get people to get on our side. It's more let's get the people that are already on our side to
actually show up,
and to actually vote. And today, 62 million people early voting. Joe, you early voted, right?
58 million. Yeah.
No, you know
just
what?
updated?
It was 58. I had 58 in the show notes, and right before we started the show, guys, I looked, and it was 62 million people.
I early voted.
They said, yeah, that's awesome, man.
I'm going tomorrow.
Are you going tomorrow?
Yeah, me, my wife, and my daughter. We're going tomorrow morning.
I was thinking of going, like they do it over at the town hall over there. I should just go over there and do it. My neighbors did it already. They just, you avoid the hustle and bustle, right? And all the.
We're gonna do it tomorrow because I don't want to deal with it next Tuesday.
Right.
Because there's always
That's partially why I went,
because there's gonna be some kind of BS at every polling station.
Yeah.
Where if you just go and get it done, you don't even have to. You can sit at home and watch Fox. And
I wouldn't be too surprised if you see in some of these states, some of these groups out in front where people are voting.
Well, they're saying that they're not even going to allow exit polling because they don't want to influence, or people are afraid. They don't want to intimidate people as they're coming out.
Kamala Harris.
Meanwhile, she's standing out front.
Joe, you're brilliant. That's exactly where I was going with that. I wish I'd gotten that a minute before, but she's in the streets, right? She's literally right in front of. Go ahead. What is it?
Justin over here. When do the dead people vote?
Right, seriously.
They already did.
They already did.
No, they were absentee vote.
They were absentee votes.
Yeah.
So, but she was in the streets today, right? That was today
With a microphone.
Did you see that where she turned around and to her like she's like, "Hey, what city are we in?" Like,
Oh
she
yeah,
didn't even know.
Cleveland.
Shit,
Yeah.
dude, they have no idea. Oh well, I mean, dude, Joe Biden's he's debating
He doesn't
George.
even know he's Joe
What's he
Biden.
doing?
Dude,
Where is
George
he?
and his wife. Did you see his wife's face? She just kind of looked down, like,
Yeah. You
You
know
guys-
what?
you guys
Because
saw that.
I think even her, she's like, "Can we stop this? Like, can we end this now? Can we stop the bleeding, please?"
dude, she could stop it at any point. All she's got to do is come out and say,
Have you
"Listen."
heard it? Have you heard the Hillary Clinton rumor? Have you heard it?
No.
Well, they're saying that in the event that Joe Biden is unable to continue, that they're saying that they might reach out to Hillary Clinton. That she has the. You know what? I would
know
say
if
the same
they can do
thing.
that.
I don't know.
Oh,
What
no, I never heard of that.
what would stop that from happening? Is there
Well,
some
so,
constitutional?
Listen, but from everything I know about the Constitution,
Yep.
Joe is running, so
Yep.
Joe has to win. If Joe wins,
Yep. But if he's incapacitated,
okay, hold on.
I
But
gotcha.
if
Okay.
but if he doesn't make it to inauguration, or even if he makes it to inauguration,
Yep.
they're going to pull the 25th Amendment out, and once they do that, Harris is going to become president. I believe, though, and I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but I believe the way it works is
She can appoint her vice president.
Nancy Pelosi would become vice.
Yeah, Nancy becomes vice
I believe.
if Joe Biden.
I believe.
Really?
They're gonna implement the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden.
Do you believe? Just as
will.
hypothetical, total hypothetical. Who is easier? Who do you think would win the popular vote? Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden?
Hillary.
I agree.
Hillary.
I agree.
100.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are
That's
just
still-
voting for Joe Biden
that-
because
Right.
Hillary
he's going
would,
against Trump.
Yeah.
If it was,
Hillary would
if
get.
they had a choice, it would be
Yeah.
Hillary.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to-
Yeah.
Hillary would get the woman vote
Right. Right.
because that was her whole thing. You know, to the point where now there are literally memes that say,
Again, because I never forget that, man. She did win the popular vote, and I think in this case, if the Democrats were to win the popular vote, they weren't going to give that. They're not going to let that go. Like
Oh, no,
this isn't going to
this
be. This will be when they denounce the Electoral College. They will bring down the Electoral College if they won the popular vote, man.
they're gonna try.
That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's going to
No,
be
definitely.
their number one goal.
This
If,
is- yeah,
if
no,
Joe
this-
Biden wins the popular vote and Donald Trump wins the electoral vote,
yeah, which
you
is
kn-
exactly what might happen.
that
The
and
next time they come into presidency, they will get rid of it.
they will do it. They will absolutely do it.
They're going to do
They
it
will-
with filibuster
Yep.
too.
Yep. Yep. And you know, and the thing is unless you understand or don't understand the Electoral College, then you think it's a good idea. Because you say to most people, honestly, most people will say, well, why shouldn't it be the people voting? You know what I mean? Like, why?
Right.
But in reality, when you look at the brilliance, and I always say the brilliance of the Constitution and the way that it's written, and we're not going to get into that here now. And if you're dedicated to the show, go do some research and go look that up. But the way it's written with the Electoral College, it eliminates the ability for any or yeah. Like
Right,
just
because
the-
at this point, if you didn't
There are
have the
more people
electoral
in New
college,
York than you do in
Well,
Kansas.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
why
Well,
is
so here's the thing. At
Right.
this point, if we didn't have the electoral college,
Yep.
you might as well just let New York and California vote,
Vote, and
and
that's it.
whoever wins
Yeah.
is winning, because in the middle, nobody cares, because that's not where the population is. The population is in the East Coast,
Yep.
you know, the
Yep.
whole New Jersey, New York.
Yeah, because condensed population. It's all
right
condensed.
there,
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
you got California,
Right.
maybe
Right.
parts of Texas,
Right.
and then
Right.
let them
If you're
vote.
out in Wyoming, like you got right, like you, this, right? Seriously,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Cows and sheep. You know what I mean? There's really nothing, and so they have a voice because of the Electoral College. They have a voice just like the 600, 700,000 million
Well,
people that live in New York.
But I will say this too. Who was it? Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino. I don't know. One of them had. Actually, it was Dan Bongino on Saturday. He had the guy from. So the only pollsters that got it right in 2016
Yep.
was
Oh,
this
he's got
one
Trump
company,
winning, yeah.
Trafalgar, I believe. They were the only ones that got it right, and so he went to them again this time, and he said, "Okay, what are you doing, and what are you getting?"
Mm.
And the whole thing is there's a lot of people that are scared to say, yes, I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Oh yeah,
because-
absolutely. 62% of America. I mean, I
Right.
dedicated an
Right, we've-
episode to
right,
that.
we talked about
we
it.
talked about
Silent majority.
the silent
Right.
majority.
So,
right?
'cause, your car's going to get broken into, your windows are going to get smashed, you're going to get smashed in the head with a bat or a skateboard or whatever, right?
Yep.
But the way they get it, the way they got the right numbers was, okay, so who are you voting for? Okay, we have that.
Yep.
Who's your neighbor voting for?
Yeah,
that's what
I
they
did
go
hear
by.
that. It's so
Yeah.
funny you bring that
They
up.
ask
So
you-
who's your neighbor
bring
voting
your
for?
neighbor
Bring a
vote.
friend.
I don't-
Bring a neighbor.
Right.
Right. Right.
I don't care what happens to my neighbor. He's voting for Trump. So they're getting all these numbers. And Trump is doing much better than most people think.
Man,
because
is
all
he-
the polls are lying to us.
He's like a purebred right now. I mean, I even hate to say, he's like crisscrossing,
Yeah.
like flying. He's doing 3 and 4
Dude,
rallies
3
a day.
a day, yes.
I mean, and this guy is 74 years
The
old,
day of the
And he's
debate,
dancing.
He did,
and he's dancing.
He did two rallies
Come
before
on.
that
you
debate.
have, you know what? I don't care.
Come on, man.
Even if you don't like the guy, you have to
Come on,
appreciate it.
man.
He's putting in the work. He wants to win. He wants to win. He's willing to do whatever it takes.
He's got to win. He's got to win November 3rd.
Yes, he has to win.
He has to win.
He has
He
to
has to
win.
win.
Yeah.
He has to win by a lot.
You know, when you start talking about, Israel and everything that's going on over there, like, how do you stop that momentum right now? You know what I like?
A peace deal.
The amazing in it is the fact that, Palestine didn't want anything to do with it. So what do? You get everybody around them to sign all these peace treaties.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally force them to say,
We
hey.
got a third one today, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yesterday?
yeah.
was
Sudan.
yesterday.
Sudan.
yeah.
I mean, that's amazing, right? So you get all these people around you to create peace and say, hey, we want to normalize relations and we want to share e-commerce with you.
Dude, they're all losing money.
They're all losing money.
They're all losing.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
bleeding money
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And this is like, wait, if
Yeah.
we can have peace, we can have commerce, we can have export, import.
That's a no-brainer,
we can make money.
right? No-brainer.
What the
Peace,
hell
you
are we
make money.
doing?
There was always I think in the industrial age, when you just really worked with steel and metal and those raw materials, war was very important because I believe it was an economic engine. You know what I mean? Like you think about it. I mean,
Made more money, yeah.
right? That's that war. Now I believe that's all shifted where, people, prosperity, enjoyment, the flourishment of life and civilization is so much more cherished now. So if you believe in that concept, you know what I mean? Guys, we talk about September 11th. I thought terrorists forever. Like, I never thought there'd be a time where we weren't talking about terrorists.
Right.
But apparently because of COVID, we don't have terrorists anymore. They're gone. Right. Like, they're afraid of, I don't know, whatever it is.
No, we got them. They're just domestic now.
But even that, like,
Yeah,
no, right?
right on that.
Seriously, no, in all fairness, exactly. Like,
You don't get COVID if you're terrorizing a city.
right? Seriously.
No need for masks or anything.
That's
Don't worry
amazing.
about it.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. It
How
really
is the
is.
numbers going up?
Yeah,
With
they-
everybody wearing masks.
as a matter of fact, guys, it's
How
funny
does-
you bring
how
that
does
up.
that happen?
500,000 cases in New York, 33,000 deaths as of today. That was what they had reported. For just that's New York, and I only bring up New York because that was one of the topics that came up at the debate. Was matter of fact, how did New York respond to the pandemic? And how the president would have responded to that pandemic. So again, you've got the differences of opinion, and you always go back to what they say, where you had governors in the blue states that were not cooperating for whatever reason, and they now, is that true? Is that not true? You caught me, Steve. I'll admit to it right now. I posted something about Nancy Pelosi. It wasn't true. You're like, hey man, that thing wasn't true. I got deleted it right away.
Yeah.
But okay, so are we in the situation here where we don't know what the truth is, right? What are we
Well,
hearing?
no, we don't. We don't know what the truth is
right,
because even that 33,000 number.
Yep.
One, it's inflated.
Yep, that's right off of Google. Like
but
I
that
would
is-
Google
but
COVID.
that
You know
is-
how they got the ticker
That
there.
is-
Yep.
you know what? I won't even say that's inflated. I'm going to tell you that's hyperinflated. That's
Yep.
number one.
Yep.
Number two, I want to say that the number was like 34%, somewhere in that number, was nursing homes.
Yeah. Majority of it was nursing
right.
homes.
And that was
that was
yes,
the governor's
that
fault.
was Cuomo.
Cuomo.
That
Okay?
was Cuomo.
No, I don't,
That's
because
not his fault.
It
It's
didn't
Trump's
only
fault.
it didn't only happen in
He
New
did
York.
say
He's
that.
not taking the blame.
It
He
didn't
did
only
say
happen in New York.
Yep.
What's her face did it in Michigan. Okay, they did it in Chicago.
Pennsylvania had a hard time, but they didn't put.
But I don't think the governor did it.
Right.
You don't
yeah.
think so?
They weren't.
In
they weren't
Pennsylvania,
putting people in
I
nursing
don't think
homes,
so.
yeah.
But I know
You're
in
not
Michigan
liable
for
for
sure.
it. I'm not accepting liability.
Of course
I'm
not.
not accepting the premise.
So
Why would you?
So there you go. So how do you feel? He said it. He said, "I'm not accepting
Is he
liability
accepting
for that."
liability for his brother,
that
who
New York
refuses to
State
wear a
and New York
mask,
City
even
should
though
pay.
he's the number one person
We
on
didn't do
TV
anything
saying
wrong.
you
Wear
must
a
wear a
mask.
mask to
What a
save
hypocrite.
others?
The
Hypocrite.
federal government
Hypocrite.
was wrong.
Hypocrite. Total hypocrite.
Well,
Yeah,
my brother's the governor. I don't.
yeah.
I don't need to do that.
You know what's the funny? Shit, he's so in
They're
love.
not
With
gonna
He's so
report
in
it
love with
because
himself.
he-
Is he not so in love with himself?
course he is.
Like, you know what? You could see him kissing the mirror in the morning. You know what I mean? Yeah, seriously, right? Like, you could see him doing that. Like doing the
Yeah,
Colin Kaepernick.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
killer
absolutely.
kissing the. I'm so beautiful. Look at me. Look at my pearly white teeth, huh? Look at me on CNN every day. Look at me. Look at me. Right? I can't. Between him and his brother, I mean, honestly, like bookends. They literally are bookends because his brother Andrew did the same thing. He was wear a mask, mandate wear a mask, and then he's walking his dog and he's got no mask on.
Absolutely.
So the hypocrisy, guys, is completely over the top. And you want to talk about hypocrisy? They're talking about John Kerry again. When you're right, like, what the hell's that son of a bitch doing in the picture? Apparently, this whole Biden situation taking place with the laptop.
Yeah.
Kerry's involved in that.
Kerry's stepson was his stepson was part of that company.
How crazy is that? How crazy is
It's
that?
all linked.
Right?
Hey.
It is, including Pelosi. Pelosi's son-in-law or something. Somebody.
I don't know, but Kamala Harris was also
Yeah,
also
she
in
was
that.
in it.
Yep. So again, we're not diving into the rabbit hole here, but you know what? This is information, and I keep saying it.
There's a lot. Listen, Rudy Giuliani is saying there is much more in this laptop to
He's
come
got
out.
child porn
That's
on it too,
amazing, guys.
supposedly.
Right? Yeah. If Dan Bongino, shout out Dan Bongino. He did an interview. Have you got a chance to listen to it yet?
Not yet.
All right. Do yourself a favor, man. Listen to it because Giuliani really gets into a lot of probably the most detail that I've heard to date.
That was Saturday. That was the one he had.
Yeah, it was the special.
Rudy Giuliani.
Yep. Yes.
That guy from Trafalgar.
Yes, the statistics guy. Yep.
And then he had a guy from the Trump
Now,
campaign.
Now, there's a story that came out that he married his brother's wife.
Did he marry her, or
Widow.
did he have relations?
He had relationships
It
with.
was
with his
relations.
niece, supposedly.
I
too.
don't think he married
And
her. I
that's
think
what got rid of
they
it.
were together, but I don't think he
So,
married her.
just so everybody, I just
And
clear
then
up
I
a
think
little
she
bit.
realized he's a pedophile.
When I heard
With
that
his own daughter,
yeah,
his
well,
own
they
niece.
reported the text messages, right? And I said to myself, but gee, well, if he got his computer, how do they get his text messages, right? And then it dawned on me, it's an Apple.
Yeah. All your
like
messages
on my
go
Mac,
right to it.
exactly on my Mac right now. If you were to text message me, they are all right here. So like that's how they got. I'm like, well, how do they? If they didn't have his phone. How did they get it? So they got him. The sister-in-law / lover, Bo's wife.
Yep.
With told her therapist, this is in Hunter's words, told her therapist that she was afraid because Hunter was FaceTiming naked with a 14-year-old, and she felt that he was a danger to the children around him. Now, this is him texting this to Joe in a text message.
I think what it said was that he would, when she was over there, meaning his niece, I believe it was, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
When she was over there, he would walk around naked, smoking crack, talking to
these underage
girls on
naked.
FaceTime.
Yeah, naked. Yeah.
So
Yep. That's Uncle Hunter.
All I
mean,
gotta
how
say,
can
if
you-
this was if this was Junior's
Oh man,
laptop,
you know, Joe,
this would be
Are
all
you kidding
over
me?
the
Yeah.
media.
Junior made a statement, something
Yeah.
about not drinking because he wasn't good at drinking. He was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
That's not what he said.
Yeah.
Maybe he drank in college and didn't like the feeling.
I always try to avoid that whole.
Dude,
well,
it's
if it was, you know what I mean. I always try to avoid that, but
Well,
in
just
this
like
case,
the
Joe, you're absolutely
It's
right.
just like
man.
Trump's
It-
taxes.
Yeah. Just
You
you know
know,
what?
Who can, they don't have the actual proof, but they say, oh, he paid $750,000.
Yeah.
Or $750.
Joe, is it going to change your opinion? If you're going to
No.
vote, honestly,
Hey.
like,
On his taxes,
Hey.
I could care less. He's a businessman.
That's what I'm
Listen,
saying. Like,
You
it's
gotta
so
understand how
relevant.
businesses work.
If Donald Trump paid $0 in taxes,
Yeah.
I want him to be my president even more
Right.
because he figured out how to run a business.
Isn't that what we all do? Right?
Listen,
What's the
man.
first thing you tell? Like, you go to H&R Block. What's the first thing you tell the guy?
Get me as much
Give me
money
as
as
much money
possible.
as you can. Right? I don't want to pay.
I mean,
wanna
I don't
pay.
like. Listen, I don't. I'm not saying anybody should break the law to
No,
do
no,
it.
no,
But if there's a loophole that you
Yeah,
can, all right.
yeah.
So if you give, whatever, $100,000 to a charity,
Yep.
that's going to
If you
get
gave
you.
if you donated $100,000 to the Shriners Children's Hospital over at
It's a tax
loveshriners.org,
write-off.
There you go.
right? That's a tax write-off. That's a
Right.
tax write-off.
And that's going to save you in taxes. So maybe he didn't pay as much
There
in
you go.
taxes. Maybe there's a reason for that.
Yep. I wonder if Bill Gates gets a tax break because he donates $512 million to the World Health Organization.
What I
annually.
want to know
Do you
is
think he
how.
does?
Wuhan?
Yeah. Do you think he gets a discount on that?
Well, he owns it, doesn't he?
Right. With him and Fauci.
But he's a businessman. He could put himself in as an employee and
know,
pay him
right?
minimum wage if he wanted to.
I don't understand
Take
how
a
you
loss.
can deny what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. When you've literally had your when your business partner has actually come out
Yep.
and
And
said,
said it
"Listen,
right on the TV.
this has
yeah.
happened. I have 3 phones with all the information on it that I am handing over to the FBI as soon as I leave this conference, this press conference. how can you say it didn't happen? It's not true.
Right.
It's slander.
It's total it's like deniability. It's like they say plausible deniability. Just deny it.
And how does the media allow it? I don't care how biased you are.
Yes.
I don't care how.
Yep.
Listen, I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Yep.
They're left leaning. I get it.
To
But
what
why-
extreme, though,
but-
Steve? To what extreme? Right? To what extreme?
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
When this all blows up,
Yep.
what is CNN
What
going
does
to do?
Norah O'Donnell have to gain by doing what she did with that interview, that 60-minute? Because you know what, I'll be honest with you guys. I respect the show.
Exclusivity, maybe?
They've done
know.
some really great. 60 Minutes is. We're talking Academy Awards, Emmys, all that shit, man. For years, right? For years. Why is it she would do that? Why would she put her journalistic credibility on the line to not ask the hard questions? Because she came right out and asked Joe Biden and said, "Hey, is this laptop real? Is it?" And he didn't answer her.
No.
And he went into the whole
Talked
thing.
around in
And
circles.
there was no follow-up question. There was no, well, how about are the emails real? Because no one is making him accountable. If someone were to ask him, Joe Biden, are the emails that are found on Hunter Biden's laptop, are those real emails? He has to answer the question. And once he answers that question, now he has to be held accountable for that. But he won't do it. Won't do it.
And they won't do it either. So,
Well, if nobody's making him do it, then he's not going to do it.
well, I'm saying the journalists won't ask those
No,
questions.
they won't. Why won't they?
And it's
but
funny,
they'll-
Joe
they'll-
Biden.
right.
So listen. So Trump will go on CNN.
Yep.
He'll go on ABC. He'll go on. He'll
Yeah,
sit-
he did that whole NBC debacle there.
Right.
He did that town hall thing. That was
did
terrible.
He did 60 Minutes, right? Why won't Joe Biden go on Fox or on? Why won't he interview with Ben Shapiro or Dan Bongino or
'Cause he
Rush
knows the
Limbaugh
questions-
or
he's going to get questions he doesn't want to answer.
Well, right? And that's exactly it. Trump will tell you may not like what he says, but
Yep.
he's going to give you an answer.
Oh, he is. Absolutely. How do you...
Biden won't, and that's why he won't do it.
Kind of shifting a little bit here. Now, the FBI made the announcement that they actually confirmed that Iran and Russia were interfering with elections in some way or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was one of the topics at the debate. How do you first question is how do you stop Iran, right? Because obviously they have a reason. They have something to gain by this. Why would they be doing this? That's step
Because
one.
they want another pallet of money,
And that
and they're not going to get it
that's-
from Donald Trump.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I mean,
you're right.
That's,
right.
That's
right.
the short answer.
So when you really think of the long and short of it is when you talk about the amounts of money, we're talking the amounts of money that they were getting from the Obama administration, just to say, hey, listen, don't make a nuclear, don't mess around
Right,
with nuclear.
but we were funding it. Like, don't do it. But here's the money.
But here's the money to do it. So and again, so it would be in their best interest that Biden would get back in there, and then of course with all the circulation of money circling around and Hunter Biden getting 10% of that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I guess my question here is, do you believe that the foreign influence is, at this point anyway, again, I mentioned we're 8 days away from the election.
Yep.
Do you think it really matters? Like I said it earlier in the podcast, people have already made up their minds. So do you think seeing something that someone broadcasted, that someone posted from Iran is going to sway my... just short of Donald Trump being
I
caught.
think it might be more towards the people that don't really want to vote for Joe Biden or Trump, but they're going to vote whichever one they think in their mind right now. You know what I'm saying? The one that they don't feel like they either one,
Yeah.
but they're going to vote for either Joe Biden or Trump. This may sway them way going,
I guess
Joe Biden's a little more corrupt.
To me, I'm
gonna go the other way now.
Yeah, I know.
you
I know what you're saying, Joe, but I just don't know if I'm buying it, man. I don't know that at this point. If you would have told me this a month ago, then I'm like, okay, because people are still maybe undecided. But we're so close to the election. What are they?
I think.
what's the investment?
You say people are not undecided. So
to go. So do you believe that somebody's walking into the polling booth, getting their paper, standing there, and going, "All right, who am I voting for?" Do you believe that there are people
I
that are
believe
doing
there
that?
are some people, but yes.
Okay.
So the short answer is yes, I do, because there are people that really hate Donald Trump, but those same people are not stupid enough to think that this Hunter Biden thing that Joe is involved in, they're not stupid enough to believe that it's not true. So they're like, crap, I really hate Trump on Twitter.
Right. Right.
Right?
Right. Everybody
But-
hates Trump on Twitter.
But is this what I really want? And I'm gonna be honest with you. That last debate, I think there were people that were voting for Biden.
That may have
That
swapped
jumped ship.
ship. Yeah.
That last
Yeah.
dude, that last question.
Yeah.
Are you gonna shut down the oil, dude?
That was the bomb.
Did you
That
even
was the
did you
bomb.
hear the moderator?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I-
Her tone.
Did
Why?
Why?
Joe?
Why?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Like,
Yeah.
why would you say that?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We're so close to ending this.
right there. Yeah.
Why would
We're
you
like
say
10
that?
seconds away
Messed
from
up.
being done, and he right because he can't help himself, and
You
really
could tell as it was going on, he was getting a little tired because he was forgetting his,
Yeah.
and then he's calling him.
Well, 'cause
Abraham
now you
Lincoln.
don't-
He's looking at his watch.
he was
Yeah.
because now you know what because he was
My
committed.
medicine's about
You
to
can't
wear
mess
off.
around. You got 2 minutes. Like you got 2 minutes of uninterrupted time. There's no Donald Trump,
Right.
Yeah.
bug, you know what I mean? Interrupting
Right.
you and you coming up and shifting your mindset. You can't blame anybody for that. He's literally
Did you
losing
see
his train of thought all on his own.
Did you see his? I sent you guys the photo, the video of when Joe
Oh,
Biden's
you-
like,
yeah.
you don't. This guy won't take responsibility.
Yeah.
And then Trump goes, "Hold on. I take full responsibility." And then his face
Joe's
was just like,
face just
what?
kind of
he admitted it. Damn.
And you know what, guys? And I don't even want to sound like this is like the Joe Biden bash show, but again, in all reality, when you look at this full spectrum, guys, in 3 dimensions, how can you, in good conscience, how do you do it? How do you vote for him? I mean, honestly, like
The
when you
guy's
look
got
at that, it's just-
dementia. Maybe if this was like 5 years ago,
yeah,
I would say then he's got a really good chance.
maybe,
Just look
but
at his
Kamala
record.
Harris isn't any better. She's just as
No,
bad, man.
But
Oh,
look
she's
at his
worse,
record.
yeah.
Let's just analyze his record. And you're right. I don't mean to beat down
no,
on
no,
Biden.
right.
But let's just look at his record. In
94, that's all he
1987,
got.
in 1987, he ran for president and he had to drop out
Racist.
because of plagiarism.
Yes,
He literally
Yes.
plagiarized.
yes, the whole thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
he had
And
to
that's
drop
why Pence made that comment. He actually, he knows
So
Biden
then-
knows a little thing about plagiarism. That was that.
So now, and that's not the first thing he's plagiarized. He plagiarized his way through college, top of his class, right? The guy's just a liar. Everything. He's been caught in so many lies, right? Now he didn't like the crime bill.
Right.
Well, you didn't.
He
You
did.
didn't. Wait a minute. You didn't co-sponsor it.
Yeah.
You
practically
wrote the
wrote
Yeah,
it.
he
freaking
wrote
thing.
the thing. I watched the video. I can
wrote
yeah,
the
I can,
thing.
I-
You
yeah,
so if you didn't like it,
yeah,
then
yeah.
you've had. That was 94.
47. Yeah, so
Well,
like,
that was 94. So
Yeah.
you've had 20 years
yeah, you should have
to change it in the Senate, and then 8 years as vice president.
Do you
to
know?
Do something about
Do you know that was an economic engine for California? That bill. That bill
right, 'cause
was
they built
literal.
all
They
private
built all
jails.
private jails. They filled them with these COs, with
Helped
these
Kamala Harris.
right, and they were giving convictions all over the place. They literally created an economy solely based on incarceration. She did it. She totally did it. She
Yeah.
totally did it. How many people were wrongfully accused and convicted of crimes they didn't commit, or were overstatured? You know what I mean? So you get a marijuana charge and you're serving 10 years because somebody found a joint in a roach in your ashtray. You know
people
what I mean?
people that were supposed to be released.
Mm-hmm.
She kept there.
They kept
so
it,
she
yeah.
could.
Make her numbers look good.
Imagine
so she
that,
can go
man.
up.
No, so she could pimp them out.
Imagine
'Cause
that.
They like road
Cheap
crews.
labor. That's what it
Cheap
was.
labor.
They said
Yeah.
cheap labor.
She literally kept
Imagine
them in
that.
jail
I'm telling you,
longer than they-
economic.
Yeah.
You think about it. They created
Yeah.
their own economic slave system, right? That's it. Because you wrongfully accuse people, you put them in jail,
How
and you
dare
say,
you
"Hey, listen."
accuse her? She's a black woman.
Well, you know what? I question
Indian,
the
too.
depth of that.
She listened to Tupac in college and smoked weed.
Is that true? Is that true? I don't know. I think they might have debunked that.
Tupac wasn't around.
He
when
wasn't
she was
even
in
around.
college.
Right? Tupac
This
was
is-
sperm.
this
Was he like a little sperm? I think
No,
he was like,
he
no?
was he was underground at
Oh,
first.
was he? Was he?
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't
was
even
a
on the
kid. He
radio
was 10
yet.
years old
Done?
or something.
Done?
Come on. But the
They'll
thing
say
is-
anything,
but-
bro. They'll say anything. They'll say
They'll
anything.
say anything. They're
They'll
so
say anything.
stupid.
Yeah, they will.
But
And
yeah, but she'll admit that she smoked weed in
But a
college.
lot of people are going to
But then
believe
she
her.
becomes attorney general or state prosecutor first, and then attorney general,
yeah.
and she puts everybody in jail for
Who
minor
knew?
marijuana violations.
Who knew? How funny is this? Who knew? Like I'm all over the place. Who knew
So am I.
that Elizabeth Warren would have this much impact on this election? Because if it wasn't for her, it would be Bernie Sanders. She's
And I
the
think
reason.
Bernie Sanders would beat Trump.
Yeah, and I think so. I agree with Joe.
I think he would.
Joe, I'm with you.
He
I'm
would
with
beat- he
Joe.
would beat Trump.
Bernie Sanders would beat Trump. I believe
And
it.
I don't understand
believe
why
it.
they-
I'm telling
and
you,
you
man.
know what?
I believe it.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe it.
right,
but
right.
but I do only because
They don't want
of-
him in there because he can't be controlled either, just like
Right.
Trump can't be controlled.
Right.
They want somebody
Hey,
in there that they
right.
can control.
I'll tell you what.
Right.
I'll tell you what.
Super Tuesdays with
If I was Bernie Sanders,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, because
Of
he,
course.
I
he
would-
can't run now.
No,
right? He'll be
that
like
was
what,
it.
85?
That was it. That was his last shot.
I would be outing everybody
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
Democratic
yeah,
Party
yeah,
right
yeah,
now because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not once.
Yeah.
That's
Most gracious
twice.
loser.
Twice. Yep.
Twice that
Twice
he
kicked
had
to the
it.
curb.
The DMC
He
screwed
had
him over.
Yes, they did.
Twice.
Yes,
And
they
these
did.
I'm
people are
telling
out
you
here
what.
voting for Joe Biden
How-
when that same DMC,
Yeah.
DNC,
Yeah.
screwed over Bernie not once, but twice.
Twice. And they let Elizabeth Warren stay in there, and that's why the vote swung,
Yeah.
and it wasn't enough to keep her. So, and again, I'm not saying anything that isn't common knowledge, but when you think of the whole big picture here and how we ended up, because I keep saying the same thing, why him? You know what I mean? How could it be him? How?
I think
and-
Bernie got a new beach house though,
Yeah, probably.
and another. Sports
They probably
car.
gave him some more money.
Yeah,
There you
he's
go,
all
Bernie.
right.
Here's
I
another
think he's
20
driving
million.
around Vermont in a new McLaren.
Did you know? You listen, the little mutiny on the Bounty. Did you guys hear about AOC? She actually said she won't support. She's not going to support Pelosi. She won't support her for the
They
Speaker of
didn't
the House.
want her
Well, they
in
didn't-
there
she
at
didn't
the
want- she
beginning.
want-
Yeah, it's a matter, but though
She
again,
really thought she was going to come in as a freshman. Congresswoman.
loyalty among thieves, guys. You know what? It's only a matter of time before the guillotine comes down, and the last thing you hear is "I'm with you," and the guillotine comes down and takes your head off, and that's exactly what's starting to happen
Well,
now.
well,
They're
nobody
literally
wanted her
turning
in
on
there
each
in the
other
first
now.
place.
Right.
They didn't want Nancy to
No,
be
they-
the speaker
they-
in the first place.
they-
But nobody else stepped up, so they were like,
Yeah.
by default.
Now
they
that
did.
was
Oh,
was
they
well.
did.
This is because now
AOC
Ryan exited, right? This was
Wait-
when Ryan exited, right?
Wait
Correct.
a minute though. AOC really thought she was going to get Speaker of the House as a freshman
She's a
congresswoman.
ditz.
She listen. You don't remember this?
Yeah.
She really
you
thought
know
she
what?
was going to get it.
You're
And
saying it, and it's
They gave her. Listen, they gave her something to shut up. Like they said, "We'll do this for you," or whatever. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like I know everything.
Yep.
But they clearly they gave her something because she gave up on it. The whole thing. They just went
Well,
away.
she started
and all of a
cooking,
sudden,
yeah, right,
she was like completely against Nancy Pelosi because that. If you remember,
Eating babies.
AOC's AOC's whole platform, even as a Democrat,
Yeah.
her whole platform was to go in there
Yeah.
and clear out the oldest. That her.
Oh yeah.
She
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
the old Dems.
Oh
out.
yeah. Look, this
No,
is
we're
this
gonna
is
do
socialism on crack. This is
Right.
this is
We're
like
gonna do
The
steroids.
Democratic Party is no longer the Democratic Party that you remember
Right, but
20 years
Three
ago.
core demands of the National Day of Action are free public college, a cancellation of student debt, and a $15 an hour minimum wage for people who work on the campus.
And how's that going to be paid?
By me.
Great question. I mean, so
crickets.
That's it.
Good question.
That's
Crickets.
it. That's it right there. So
It's going to be people
so
like us that
the-
go to work every
the
day.
National Day of Action. That's what they want. They want free everything, and then when they're asked, "Hey, how are you going to pay for that?" Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
That was a girl who just graduated college with a degree in women's studies or gender studies
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something stupid that she'll never make any money at.
Yep.
That's why she wants $15 an hour because she'll be working at McDonald's the rest of her life because she went to college. I feel bad for her parents.
Right.
'Cause
Who
they
had to
paid for
pay
this
that?
college
Right.
education.
Exactly.
For a girl who will never have a job
Right.
in her degree.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean,
Don't
get
so
me wrong,
different.
right?
It's so
There's
different.
nothing wrong with
No,
college.
No. That's fine.
man,
You know what? If
these
you have,
degrees, man,
if you know where you're going and you know what you're doing, then you want college and you want to be a professional at that. That's fine. But the idea that everyone goes to college and don't worry. Hey, listen, no, you'll figure it out when you get there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about it. Look, so you're just going to spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year on an idea of
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It'll just come to you. Listen, if you don't know why the hell you want to go to college, why the hell would you go to college?
Right.
I
you
can
know
tell
what?
you why.
Guys, I spent over $40,000 in college with my daughter for nutrition. She was going to be a nutritionist.
Yeah.
She's not a nutritionist, guys. And I'm broke. So there you go. You know what I mean? Like that's just really
It's to get out of
that's-
mommy and daddy's house and go party.
That's the American dream right there. Like everybody going to college. You know what? The smartest, dumbest people I know were in college. They got MBAs,
Oh,
but
you
you
don't
ask
even-
them,
yeah, absolutely.
Literally, the simplest task, they have no idea.
Well, this is the thing. This is the future, right? You got those people with their MBAs And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not bad mouthing these people
No,
because
no,
they
no,
worked
no.
hard.
Yeah, right,
Like,
right,
listen,
right,
we
right,
need
right.
doctors, we need
Absolutely,
lawyers,
of course,
we need
of course.
engineers.
But we also need electricians. We need plumbers,
Well,
carpenters.
that's the thing.
Masons.
Lawyers.
All right, so
Lawyers?
Right, but think about this for a second, right? So these same people, that guy, the majority of the time, will not go outside and cut his own grass, right? He's got some dude that comes and cuts his grass. He's got a guy that fixes his window. He's got a guy that fixes his car. He's got a guy that picks up his trash, right?
Yep.
He needs an electrician. He's going to call an electrician. He needs a plumber. He needs to call a plumber.
Right.
Because that guy won't do anything himself.
No, no,
like
no,
you
no.
do.
Right, right,
Or
exactly.
like I try and do at
But
least.
you know what, though? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the guy who's
No,
a
no,
lawyer.
but what I'm saying is we're not Mike Rowe.
Yep.
Perfect,
Perfect.
right?
Perfect.
Listen, we're not teaching our kids that it's okay to work with your hands.
Right.
And that these jobs, all right, so we're sending our kids to college, right?
Yep.
And they're getting these degrees and whatever, and they're not finding jobs.
Liberalism.
Listen, they're not finding jobs.
Liberal arts.
Listen, they're not finding jobs.
Right.
But you know what's funny is in 10 years,
Yeah.
the guy that collects your trash is going to be making stupid money.
All right, because there's nobody wants to pick up trash. There's
Right.
nobody there to pick
But
up the
that
trash.
guy's going to be driving a truck
Absolutely.
making stupid
Absolutely.
money.
Absolutely.
The
And
electrician is
Yep.
who wants to clean a sewer drain?
right.
That
Right.
plumber
Right.
is going to charge whatever
Oh, absolutely.
the hell he wants.
You know, true story. Like in my building, I manage a large building, and I deal with some maintenance issues. We have a couple of barrels of oil that I need removed. You know who I had to call to get removed? Clean Harbors. I won't even tell you how much it's going to cost me to remove 3 50-gallon drums of unspecified oil because I don't know what it is. It's been there it's probably hydraulic oil.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is because it's been there for so long. We're looking at over $7,000 to get rid of 3 barrels of oil, 55-gallon drums, because it's hydraulic oil. But the amount of time that they've been in there, I don't know what they are, and I can't prove it.
Yeah.
So imagine being the guy that owns that Clean Harbors. Smart guy, right?
Oh, yeah. Listen.
Right? Do you think he has a degree in Clean Harbors? I don't know.
No, he'd be lucky if he has his excavator license.
Right. And even that, like even when you talk about COVID, you talk about sanitation, you talk about cleaning. You know, you go into a building like mine, 750,000 square feet. You know, if somebody comes down with COVID, guess what? We got to clean 750,000 square feet. Like I got to pay somebody to come and do that. And the people that come and do that, I mean, they're making some crazy money.
Yeah.
Did they go to college? Probably not. Probably not.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of them are probably high school dropouts.
Right, and then they're making a fortune.
I'm not putting that down.
No, right, but and they're making a fortune.
But that's
They're
the
making
guy.
more money than this young lady here who wants free college and free education and $15 an hour minimum
They
wage.
don't want to work for it.
I mean, in all goodness, like
They
seriously,
just want to stay home.
you know what? You gotta share that with the audience, man. Like, do me a favor, right there, man, so people can see that awesome. Now, give us a plug on that, Joe.
For the cups.
Yeah. Show that right there, man. Show that to the audience. Let them see that. I mean, obviously for the podcast, you guys won't see it, but they got these.
How well they can see this.
This is fantastic. Yeah, it's a high definition camera, man. There it is. They can see it, right? You guys can see that, right? Look at that thing.
It's nice.
You can get it. You know what? We'll have to look and see, and maybe at some point, maybe before we end the podcast, we'll give out the information if anybody's interested in getting one of those, man. Because that thing's badass. I want one,
I'll
man.
get the information for you.
Yeah, you do. Go for it.
It's Sparkling Seahorse Designs. You go on Facebook. You can follow her. She makes any kind of cup you want. She can any tumbler, any idea that you want on a cup, she'll make it for you. You can follow her on Instagram. I believe her webpage is on Facebook.
Right.
What the hell's going on Facebook over here?
I know, right? Look at that. Listen, shout out to my boy Jason Alme from Party Naked, right? What's up, buddy? How are you? Things happen when you party naked. He's the host of that, and we're actually going to get together. Him and I are going to get together, and we're going to do a podcast. He's out in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Wants to do it over at a cigar bar. Maybe you guys come with me. Maybe we go do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We can do it.
I know shenanigans.
We can do it. We can
whatever
do
up
some
there,
shenanigans, right?
Up in North Conway there.
Yeah.
Joe, you were in the middle of something though, and we interrupted.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sparkling Seahorse on Facebook.
All right.
Go on there. She's got a webpage, I believe.
Yeah.
She's updating her webpage.
I'll tell you
You
what,
can
man.
follow her on
that
Instagram
is,
too.
That is a high.
But any
That's
cup,
quality,
any tumbler
man.
you
That's
high
want.
quality, man. Like
That
you
is.
can see the quality in it.
Yeah.
It's.
That's a great idea, bro. I always appreciate a great idea.
I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah.
It looked good in the picture when Joe shared it with us.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, I gotta have it. And then when he actually brought it to me, I was like, oh crap, like this is
That is
quality.
awesome. I need one too, man.
It's definitely.
You know what my worst part is I keep dropping mine. I got the, like, for me, I got the stainless steel tumbler one. Like, see this one here?
Yeah.
And I keep dropping it. I would be devastated if I dropped that thing, bro.
Yeah.
I would be so upset, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the first time I've used it.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because this
Nice.
is like I don't. Yeah, because I'm gonna drop this. My wife over here, she's saying, yeah, I'm up for New Hampshire.
Yeah?
All right, she's always up.
Jay, we're gonna come up, man. You know, listen. You know what? I'll talk to Jay, and we'll do, like, maybe we can all go up. All 6 of us, we can go up.
That'd be funny.
That'd be a great time. All right, we're gonna have to work that out. But listen,
Sounds like a
hey,
lot
listen,
of
we got to
trouble.
get back to the podcast. So, real quick, I wanted to talk about a couple of other things, and then we can talk about it whatever the hell we want. But I thought this
on
was
track, Bobby.
I know,
What's
right?
wrong
We're
with
just trying to keep on track.
Oh,
So
did she get confirmed or what?
I don't know. Did she? Let's check
thought
that
it was
out.
around
let's,
8 o'clock.
We'll have to check that out. We'll have to see. So while we're
you?
looking,
Somebody out there on Facebook.
yeah, let us know where we're at. So
Anybody- Amy
anybody
come-
watching this?
I want to share something with you guys because
Amy get confirmed or what?
yeah, she get confirmed. We got to find out.
We gotta wish Hillary Clinton a happy birthday, and this would be her nice present.
That's right. Happy birthday, Hillary.
Happy Hillary.
Happy birthday. Right?
Here's your birthday present.
So, this week on Jimmy Fallon show.
Oh.
So I mean, you knew I was going here because
Oh,
I had to go
Jesus.
here because first things first. If you know what, guys, 50 Cent. I'm a fan. I am a fan of 50 Cent, the artist. I think he was pivotal in my clubbing days. You know what I mean? Like that.
no doubt.
Club it days, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah,
He
we're
came out
old.
in like
We're old.
2002. He
Yeah.
came out in like 2002,
Dude, we're old, but
2003.
we're not that old.
Listen. I was getting my groove on with this stuff,
What, you
man.
have bootleggers?
Bootleggers, polyesters, right? Algiers. This was great stuff, man. Shout out to Dave Correa. This is the first time I heard this album. I remember we had the paintball store, Monster Sports.
Yeah.
And this album had come out, and he had his Jeep Cherokee. I thought what a piece of shit that was. And we were driving home from, he had just gotten this, and he put it on. I'm like, bro, what is this? First time I heard it. And it took like 2 minutes, bro. Yeah, we got to be careful because then Facebook will boot us if we don't. If we play that too
Nobody
much.
out there can tell us if she's been confirmed.
I
yet.
can
I
look.
thought it was by 8
I
o'clock.
can take.
I
I
thought they
can.
were supposed to confirm her by 8.
I could take a look. But you know what? So
Jay
just
Cavallo's out there. Well, come on, Jay.
I
Help
know,
us
right?
out.
Screw Hillary Clinton. He says, so, real quick. So I just wanted to talk about 50 Cent and the fact Chesley Handler, who, if you don't know, they had a relationship for many years together, whatever it was. She's I don't think she's funny. And forgive me for saying this, ladies. I apologize, ladies. I have a tough time with women comedians. And I'm going to come out right and say it. I don't think they're funny.
Some are, but some of them.
Who?
Some of them are
Who?
nasty.
I challenge you right now, Joe. I don't want to put you on the spot. Give me one funny comedian that's a woman.
What the hell's her name?
Whitney Cummings.
Yes.
I think Whitney Cummings.
Yes, Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, I'll give you that. She's all right.
She's funny.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's not
I mean,
nasty.
she's-
she gets
yeah.
nasty,
No,
but she
yeah,
doesn't.
but
She's
she-
not.
she-
She's not like
Yeah. No, you're right.
Chelsea
I take it
Handler
back.
and the other one there.
I take it back.
There's a few, but they're few and far. I suck with names, so I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember
yeah,
names.
yeah.
That's my
I'm
problem.
gonna have to get a list together.
But I
And-
think like she pops off to me like she's funny. There's a couple more, but you're right. There's not many.
there aren't many, right? That's just, for whatever reason, I
Because
don't know.
they-
Like I said, I'm not picking on.
because I
Lee,
think
I'm just
because I think women comedians want to be funny, but they don't want to push it because then they become
yeah,
whatever.
right.
Like
yeah, I agree.
people
Yeah.
call them things and then they don't like it, and then their feelings get hurt.
I think again,
It's comedy.
being a comedian right now is probably as difficult as being a neurosurgeon,
She
right?
was confirmed
Johnny
30
said he was
minutes
30
ago.
Congratulations, guys! Right?
Rachel Maddow, she's not a comedian, is she?
Rachel Maddow?
She's funny. She is funny.
I don't know
On
if she's a
CNN,
comedian,
she's
though.
pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah,
CNN,
she's funny.
MSNBC, I don't know, one
Yeah.
of those
Well,
two.
anybody on Saturday Night Live is not funny, so we can cross that. We can
Rachel
cross them
Maddow's
off.
on CNN, I think.
Cross them off.
Yeah,
So, but in this case, so Chelsea Handler,
Maybe it makes him laugh.
Chelsea
It
Handler, she's
does make me laugh, yeah.
she's like a done, like was not,
Yeah,
like
long time.
doesn't even matter anymore. And somehow, to be relevant, she goes on Jimmy Fallon and starts spewing some ridiculousness along the lines of this.
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
how
what's
he
going on
tweeted
between
about
you?
it.
I saw your tweets and I go, wait, what's happening? Because you said he was your favorite ex-boyfriend, and then what does he do? He's supporting Trump?
He says he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes, which, by the way, isn't a plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So he doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50 cent to 20 cent. And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing
She just said
an
that.
entire
That's
swath
racist as
of
hell.
people
Can you
who may
believe
listen to him because he's worried.
Favorite ex-boyfriend, and then
Guys. She said. Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said?
She had to remind him he was
She
black.
said, she said Donald Trump is racist.
Plan of Joe Biden's. That's a lie. So
That's
he
what she-
doesn't
that's
want
what
to
she
pay
meant to
62%
say.
of taxes because he doesn't want to go from being 50
I
cents
gotta
to
play it
20
again.
cent.
I do. I just gotta hear it again.
And I had to remind him that he was a black person, so he can't vote for Donald Trump, and that he shouldn't be influencing an entire swath of people who may listen to him because he's.
What exactly is a swath of people? What's a swath?
Google.
Swath. Is that a
Google.
word?
Google
Swath?
it.
A swath?
It
Swath?
is.
A
It
swath?
actually is. It's like
Is
a
it?
group.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that. All right.
Worried about his own personal pocketbook.
Maybe Chelsea's
So,
smarter than I am.
I haven't heard back from him yet, but I am willing to,
Here
you
comes the
know,
good
seal
part.
the deal in more ways than one if he changes his mind and publicly
So now-
denounces
so now we're
Donald
giving
Trump.
away-
I
Does
might
she think for 1 second that 50 Cent wants to seal that deal?
So
like,
now-
for goodness
so
sake,
now we're
man.
giving away sexual favors
Right?
for votes.
Right?
I think that's
Right.
illegal.
So first of all, listen, you're black, so you can't vote for Trump if you're black. That's and then two, if you vote for Biden, you get some secondhand
WAP.
putang,
Wop.
some wop, some wop. Guys, I don't know.
I don't know what's up with Jay, but he thinks Amy Schumer's funny.
Oh, pre or post pregnancy?
It don't matter to me. That bitch was never funny or good looking. So she can pose naked all she wants. I don't want to see it.
There you go,
Sorry,
Jay.
Jay.
So there you have it,
Sorry,
man.
Jay.
So there you have it. How do you right? What do you say to that? You can't even argue that, bro. Like that's not even a
Sorry.
hilarious. So Adam Schiff says that the laptop I mentioned is Russia. So
Russia again.
So that's going to be the and I'll actually give credit to the FBI. The only time they ever made an announcement was when they actually said that they were going to stop. They were going to try to stop. Ratcliffe actually said we're going to stop this whole using a political agenda to give out real important information such as this. And so Schiff goes ahead and says something like this and completely denounces the laptop and everything that's in it. And I hate to keep going back to that laptop, guys, but I really, really would just want to. Something scared me the other day, and I'm going to share this with you guys real quick. I work, I have managers. I work with other people like-minded like myself, and we have conversations. And in all fairness and fun, my manager came to me and he goes, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "Well, I think personally," I said, "I'm going to go out on a ledge here, but I'm going to say that Trump will win the election. I say he'll get more than 300 electoral votes, and he's going to win the popular vote. So I'm all in, bro. I'm like,
I don't know about the popular vote.
I'm there with you. I really do believe that will happen this time.
That's what I.
Do you
That's
think
what I
he's gonna
believe.
get the popular vote?
Yes. I do.
so.
I do.
Joe, it all goes back to the 62%.
Yep.
Nobody is saying a word. Man, listen, 4 years ago.
I could believe he wins by a landslide, but I don't think he's going to get the
I'm telling
popular
you,
vote.
he's going to get it.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, I believe it, and I'm going to tell you why.
Too many young voters.
But it doesn't matter, man. 4 years ago, you didn't see Trump boat rallies.
Right.
Through New York City,
Right.
they had
Right.
a Trump rally.
Yeah.
Right.
They have the Jewish population
Yeah.
that is literally pro-Trump. Like, these are all people that were not on the Trump train 4 years ago.
Right.
These people are all there now. Why? Because they saw that in 4 years, their life, 3.5 years,
Yes.
their life before COVID,
Yep.
their life was 10 times better. They had anybody that made under, what was it, $90,000, $100,000 a year, had an extra
$100,000, yeah.
$6,000 in their pocket every year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it made a difference.
Yeah, it did. It did.
But we're in that society, like we talked about before,
Yep.
where you can't say I'm pro-Trump.
Yep.
Because
No, you can't.
you're gonna have
Danger.
some
Danger.
stupid young college kid
Danger.
come up behind you and bust you in the head with a skateboard.
Danger. Yep.
And it's just.
I'll tell you what.
can't, man.
And again, I just kind of full circle to the point I was trying to make is he asked me that, and I told him that all in, right? Like, and we're just having fun with it. You know what I mean? So he writes this down, and he calls me up, and he says, "Hey, you got a minute?" I said, "Yeah. What's up, man?" He goes, I just want to run something by you real quick." He goes, you know that conversation you and I had the other day about Trump and Biden and the election? He goes, and you told me. I said, yeah. He goes, I said, yeah. He goes, well, I thought it was fun. He goes, I thought it was fun that you volunteered that information. He goes, so I went to another manager and I asked them, hey, what do you think? He goes, and the manager turned to me and said, I don't discuss politics at work.
Yeah.
So then my manager turned to him and said, well, it's just for fun, man. It's like nothing, it's nothing personal. He goes, like, what do you,
Gonna
he
get HR
goes,
on him.
what do you think about he goes, what do you think about the laptop? And he goes, what laptop? So my manager says to me, he goes, can you believe that not only him, he goes, I went to another manager, he goes, and neither one of them knew anything about the laptop.
You know what? I don't mean
It's
to
because
keep,
they just watch on the media.
Right. I don't mean
mainstream
to keep
media.
bringing up somebody else's podcast on your podcast.
No. Okay.
But Dan Bongino, those were his exact words. He goes, after the day after the debate, he said, last night was the first time that 50% of the population even
heard of it, man.
They went,
right?
What laptop? What are you talking about?
If you're not watching Fox News, then you have no idea what that is.
Not, I won't even say. Well, Fox.
I'm
yes,
telling you.
But if you're not getting at least part
you
of
don't
your,
even need to see the Fox News. You could just see the debate when he was asking him about the laptop.
Right.
Like
Well,
if
that's the
people
thing.
would just
That's
have a
when people
mind and
found
just
out.
go and search it on the internet themselves, do their own information instead of listening to.
Yes. Because it's so
but
damning.
CNN,
It's so
NBC.
damning.
If you're not getting at least part of your news on the internet, whether it be podcast or blog or
whatever, like social media,
right. If you're not following someone, whether it be on Twitter or Facebook, you know, like the New York Post or Dan Bongino, Ben Shapiro, Graham Allen, like somebody on the right, then you're not going to get the full story.
Right. No. And and the perfect example
of
that.
As I watch those guys, I also have to follow and watch CNN.
The other one. Yeah.
So
that's what I do too.
Right.
I go back and forth between the both of them and see what they're saying.
I want to know what
there's a reason why I despise Chris Cuomo, because I watch him often. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that'd be the first rebuttal if I told you I hate Chris Cuomo. So I'd be like, well, you're watching him, right? So I do watch the other side and try to just maybe gauge.
You would wish that the other side would do the same thing.
But when Justin brings up a perfect example online here.
Yep.
He says Biden's business partner, Bobolowski.
Oh, yes. Lieutenant.
Right. It was only on Fox. Nobody else covered that press conference. And it was right before the debate. It wasn't like they weren't killing time before the debate anyways.
Man. How crazy is that?
So why were they the only ones?
That just shows you how much of your freedom.
So Twitter. Right.
What
does Twitter
They're
do?
shutting down
to the New York Post. That whole article.
Is that your brother?
That
Johnny?
they actually had. They actually had the hard drive. So if people listen, real quick. I'm just going to give a quick synopsis. If you don't know, Hunter Biden dropped off his laptop at a repair shop. I think it was at Max Plus. The name was the name because they were talking about it today. Max Plus. He drops his laptop off for repair. Signs for it. They actually have a receipt with his signature on it that he dropped it off.
Not only his signature, but it says bill to
right.
$80.
With his address.
With his address and everything. He never goes back and picks it up.
The laptop is labeled
Bo
Biden Foundation.
Crazy.
Listen.
So he never goes back and grabs the laptop. So this guy eventually, and people are like, oh, why did he hold on to it so long? Apparently he didn't. Apparently he once he got into the laptop and tried to fix it, he came across all this information. And now imagine, right? Boom, right? Like imagine you're the guy and you get that laptop and you see all that information. So what does he do? He probably lawyers up, and the lawyer's like, listen, man, like you're in possession of.
Well, you now own it because you have 90. He had 90 days to pick it up,
but
he didn't pick it up. Now you now own
right,
this
but
laptop.
it's almost you own like the ring from the Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Like he's got the ring, like he's got he's got it, but he shouldn't have it. He doesn't want it. So what does he do? He goes to the FBI and drops this off and says, "Hey, this is what I have in my possession," but not before making a copy for himself. He drops this thing at the FBI. A few. Yes, a few.
He's made. Well, I believe he made 6 copies.
Yep.
Giuliani got 4 of them.
Yep.
Well, 2 went to, once he realized what he had, 2 went to very close friends. And this is how bad it is.
Because he didn't want to find himself
hanging
himself.
Was that Comey that got it or McCabe?
McCabe.
McCabe is the one who got it. Now, he would have been the FBI director. It
Right.
would have been McCabe. He
Right.
would have been the one that got
yeah.
it.
But this guy actually
Yeah.
gave his friends copies to hold on to
He's smart.
because he thought something would
Of
happen.
course,
to
look at Epstein, bro. Like
Right.
you can't mess around
Right.
like that. You get again, like I said, like the Lord of the Rings. Like you get that ring and you're like, oh my god, like what do I have here? Like this could get me killed. Like literally, this could get me and my whole family and everybody I know killed and dissolved. So he brings a copy, gives it to the FBI a year ago. That was a
December.
year ago.
Yep, December.
And
Yep.
they did nothing about it. And then, of course, the other copy goes. So now this guy's like, okay, well, the FBI didn't do anything. He goes to Rudy Giuliani and says, hey,
Yep.
I got something for you.
Him and his lawyer, yeah.
Drops it off. Giuliani goes through this. Do you guys, there's over 26,000 emails. 26,000 emails that are all just literally, I mean.
Yeah, and that's where they started was with the emails, and then some emails took them. This is all according to
Yes.
Giuliani.
Yep.
Some emails took them to go look at the, kind of stop and go look at the text messages.
Yes, yes.
And then some of the
yes,
text messages,
yes,
they
yeah,
said, all right, wait a minute,
yeah,
hold on. And they
yeah,
went and looked
yeah.
at the pictures.
Guys, this is for
And-
real,
and this
man.
is where they found it.
This
So-
is for real.
So we got a couple of things going on here. So Joe's brother
Yep.
is on here, and he's saying Google is filtering these searches.
Of course.
And he's absolutely right,
Yes.
which is why I would say you need to find alternative
Yes.
platforms.
Yes.
Like
Parlor.
Parlor.
Go over. Bobby Couto Show.
You need to go on
Yep.
Parlor. You need to
Yep.
get on Parlor.
Rumble.
YouTube is all
Yep.
part of Google. It's
Yep.
all garbage. You got to go to
You know how I
Rumble.
know this? I can confirm that information because I do the research for the show, guys. And I was actually trying to find some information with Biden, maybe some excerpts, some clips to
Yeah.
put some clips together. I couldn't find anything on Google, man. I actually went to Bing and did some searches there and found some because I couldn't. Google just wouldn't do it for me. Like it just wouldn't give me the information. I
No,
was
it's funny
looking
because Dan
How
Bongino
much
brought
of
that
it?
up too.
How
and
much of
he's-
your freedom's getting censored?
for. Right, all of it.
He
All of
brought
it.
that up.
All of it.
Dan brought that up, and he
It's
was like,
nitpicking.
just go on Google, go to YouTube,
Yep.
and do a search. Just do dogs dancing on Rumble.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Right.
That's right. And it
You
won't come up.
It will not come up.
It
They'll
won't
show
come
you
up.
dogs dancing on YouTube.
On
They
YouTube.
will not
It
show
will not
you.
come up.
It
Yeah.
will, in
Yeah.
Google, it will not show
Because
you.
you know, I think people
taking
have
Rumble.
it's the perception, guys. I think we automatically take it for granted that we think that if it's an app,
Google Android phone over here.
I know, right? Yeah, it's all listed. But I think we take it for granted because we say to ourselves, the newspaper, right? When I get the newspaper, it has to tell me the truth, right? It's bonded by an obligation, an oath, right?
Right, 'cause they're
the
publishers, right.
journalism and their publishers. So we assume that the Google and Twitters and Facebook and
They're all paid for.
They're all, but they're not, guys. They're
They're all
not
paid for
journalists.
by
They are just
Soros.
yeah. They are just You know what? They are just transporting information. And in this case,
Joe just got us killed.
yeah, he did. Thanks a lot, man. Now I gotta go out. Now, you guys gotta drive home. Brake lines will be cut. You know what I mean? Like we
What?
got this. At least we
You
got
got
this.
cameras out there.
We got some cameras out there.
Joe
Imagine
just got us killed.
that. Because George Soros is coming between him and Bill Gates, right? I mean, imagine that. So I mean, that's where we stand with that. And if people don't know, and just to kind of close that out, they got the laptop. They got all this information. Rudy Giuliani's been. I mean, again, I listen. Rudy Giuliani's a lawyer. Above all of us. I mean, we know he was the mayor of New York, but above all, he's a lawyer. And,
And,
like
he-
I mentioned,
and he's Donald Trump's personal lawyer.
he's personal lawyer.
So, clearly, he has an agenda.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, what do you want him to do? He was handed this laptop.
What was he doing?
He
What was he doing on that movie? What was
He was
doing?
tucking his shirt in, man.
What was he doing?
Leave
on
the
that
guy
movie?
Dude, I refused. You know, what? I started
You know
watching
what?
it. I started watching it just because I wanted to see that.
You don't think any of these politicians don't
And
get
then-
into
What the
that? Come
hell,
on.
Dude, I just couldn't do
man?
it. I
What the
couldn't watch it.
hell?
I couldn't.
I saw the still of it. Like I didn't see like I just saw they showed a picture of it, and it shows him. And I know, like again, I know that's very damning because it doesn't show the motion of maybe
Yeah.
he might have been tucking in his shirt, but nonetheless, bro. What?
Why- I don't know how he
why
fell
is
for it.
How
Right.
does he land? Like it's so.
How
He
did you
fell
fall
for it
for that?
because he's just like Bob Kraft.
That was. You know what the problem is?
An old man
Steve,
just
you
wants
nailed it,
somebody
bro.
young.
You nailed it when you said it. How did he fall for that? How did he not find that odd?
Let's go up to my hotel room so I can interview you.
Right.
Come on.
And the camera guy was him, and
Yeah.
you know, and you're falling for that, man.
You
and
got a guy
she
that you
helps him
don't
with
know.
the-
You got a girl you don't know, but yet they're filming, and there you are laying down on bed looking like you're.
And she's
reaching for
hot, guys. Let's be honest. She's hot.
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, she's hot. She is. She had some kind of ridiculous accent too, which makes it even. Oh, you know what I mean? So
Isn't
it's
that
even
his
more.
actual? Is it his actual daughter?
I don't think so. No. She plays the daughter. She
in
plays
there.
Borat's daughter in the movie. Yeah. She's a.
Sorry, I can't watch it.
Dude,
Dude,
it's
that
on
movie
Amazon.
is so stupid.
Dude, the first one was funny.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
funny.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
stupid
I
funny.
literally, listen,
Yeah.
I started watching it. My wife will testify. I started
Yeah.
watching it the other night.
Yeah.
And I looked at her and she looked at me. and gave me that look, and I was like, "Nope, you're right," and I shut it off. I sat at home today,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know what? I'm all alone. Let me try it again. Guy, I watched another 10 minutes of it, and I said, "What in the flying? No, I can't, dude. I can't.
Can't do it.
I just can't do it."
I will tell you guys, Talladega Nights. He's brilliant. Like, just one of my favorite movies of all time. I think he's just fantastic in Talladega Nights.
Oh yeah, no, that was funny.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I
And then the
just-
first ball, right, Joe? I'm with you on that. I found it
first one
funny.
was good.
But then you
First
tell
one was funny.
Yeah,
I watched the first one.
Yeah.
It's a stupid funny.
we were
but
younger
it's-
too, guys.
But right, but it was funny. Now
Right.
I just can't. It's you can only do the same thing so many times and make it funny.
Yeah.
And
But that kind of I won't lie to you guys. That bothered me seeing him and laying in that bed
Yeah.
like that.
He,
We can move on, but
No,
I just
I don't
again,
know how he
I
felt for
listen. In true objecting to the show, man, we put it all out there. I mean, I'm not taking sides, but in this case,
Just stupid move.
he's releasing a lot of information, and
And
he's
he says he hasn't even scratched the surface.
right, and they're releasing this, and I guess he actually filed a formal complaint with. I guess with the police, right? With the Delaware police, state police, and gave
Yes.
them
Yes,
the actual.
because of the video.
And
And
then
they have a
it-
copy of the hard
But then the
drive, too.
Delaware State Police sent it to the FBI, which already had it, and so went around
I think
and around
now at
we
this
go.
point, the FBI has no choice.
They have no choice.
Because everybody knows
Yeah,
about it.
and I know Trump has already made it clear that if he's elected, he's already gonna what's his face?
Gonna
He has to
clean
take
house
it out
again.
because
Yeah, Ray's
now-
gone.
Because
Yeah,
you got William
yeah,
Barr
yeah.
in there, and William
Yeah,
Barr's
yeah.
not gonna.
Yeah.
He's not gonna tolerate that.
No,
He's gonna
not
be
at all.
like,
Yeah.
if you guys don't want to do it, then you can give it over to Homeland Security or whatever.
He's no bullshit. Yeah, he's no bullshit. He's
He's not gonna
fantastic.
take
I like his tact. I like the way he deals with things. He's very straightforward. No
I like
bullshit.
watching
None
him
of this
I
means
like-
anything if Trump doesn't get back in.
Well, I like
Right? No, you're right.
well,
You're right.
It's all
Yeah.
going to be swept under the rug.
You're right. You're right.
I like
You're right.
watching him in front of the Senate too, though.
They would. Yeah, he does. He's very good with that.
Because he
Yep.
puts them right in their place. too.
Again, when we talk about the Senate guys, the Judicial Committee, we talk about them, and I think it should be outlawed that you cannot offer a yes or no question to anyone. Like I think you're on a platform that you cannot ask someone a question, a moral question,
Right.
and it can't be a yes or no answer.
Right.
You just yes. That makes me absolutely crazy because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I like to talk. So if you're asking me a question, right, I want to defend myself, and I'm going to try to do that as colorful as possible. I'm going to try to make it right. And when you tell me, oh, it's just a yes or no answer, when it's not just a yes or no answer, and then there are circumstances that maybe were the consequences of my decision, and you don't allow me to explain that, then you're only pushing your own narrative, and that's what makes me crazy about
I'd like
watching.
to recoup my time.
Right, right, and that's all they do, and it's no different. The few times that I've been to court, appealing tickets, of course, and you go to court, and it's always continuance without a finding, and then these people are just coming back and coming back and coming back, and you've got this machine of what, man? What is it?
That's nothing at this point. At this point, they don't even end up in court. They just get released.
Right, right, because that's exactly.
That's what's happening
I'm
now.
going to go back to Joe and George, and right. You know what George was doing? Sending money to the AGs and bailing all these people out and sending them back
Kamala
out into the
Harris.
streets. Right?
Kamala Harris did it.
Ooh, man,
She did it.
damn.
She was raising money for all the people.
She
up
admitted
there
it.
in,
Yeah, she admitted it. She admitted it.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say not Ferguson, in Wisconsin. There.
Wisconsin, yeah, and she admitted it, and she came right out and said it. Yeah, and
She got nothing to hide.
She got nothing to hide. She did it.
Those
yeah.
are her people.
That's amazing. That's
Those are
amazing
her
to me.
people, man. She's
I don't know,
not
guys. We covered a lot of ground tonight, and I know we're kind of all over the place, but this is the idea to be in studio with you guys. How awesome is that? No, this is fantastic, man. Like, just absolutely awesome. And I want to say thank you to everybody. And I haven't mentioned it, and I would be remiss if I didn't. If you guys haven't had a chance, go over, check out the website, thebobbycoutoshow.com. Obviously, send an email over to the show with any questions, concerns, comments, shout-outs, sponsorships at the BobbyCoutoShow@gmail.com. Remember, support loveshriners.org. And support the show, Anchor FM, The Bobby Couto Show, or, of course, Etsy. Get one of these awesome T-shirts. You guys are watching on the live stream. You could see. We're all sporting them, man. We got them, right? I'm going to turn around, face the camera, just so everybody can see. Woohoo! Here it is. And we're all sporting our Bobby Couto Show gear. So go over to Etsy, check it out. Some great gear that going on there, especially with Christmas. Like, right there. I hate to bring it up, guys, but I think somebody said there's only, like, what, eight more? How many more Fridays?
I don't know.
9 more Fridays to Christmas?
10, something like that. Yeah.
9 or 10 Fridays to Christmas. There's some perspective for you, right? So go get a Bobby Couto Show T-shirt, hat, a mug. The mugs are awesome. I love the mugs.
The other shirt is nice.
I like it,
got
right?
I got some Some people stop.
That's
at
so
me
cool.
before
Yeah,
in
you
the
told me
store
that, bro.
asking
How
about the
awesome
shirt.
is that, man?
That is a good shirt.
The Marty shirt, right?
Yeah, I wore it a couple times, and I got a couple of people looking at me too.
That's awesome because again, Steve, you participated in the contest, and I'll bring it up. # TBCS. Take a picture of yourself. Just listening to the show, right? Like a self. It doesn't matter to be yourself. I mean, it was Asher. You put Asher. I thought that was brilliant, bro. And of course, Asher's passed out sleeping.
Yeah.
But you're listening to the show, and of course, if you guys want to enter the contest, and I'll be giving away some of those Marty T-shirts, and I think I'm gonna go one more week with it, just to kind of go. We still got a Google Home, and Steve, I'll tell you, you're the front runner on that Google Home, buddy. I don't know if you have one yet. Do you have one?
You know what? I have one.
Yeah.
And I unplugged it because I don't trust them.
Dude, they're always listening. They're always listening.
That and Alexa, not in my house.
I have Alexa.
Yeah.
Nope, not in my house.
It just randomly will just
speak
to you. It's
right.
weird.
Exactly. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weirdest
Boop,
thing.
it goes up. Yeah. And you wonder what it's.
Everybody has it, and I feel like I should, but then, nope.
Yeah.
It's always listening to me.
I do have one.
I say a lot of stupid shit.
I do have one,
and I don't trust it.
I will tell you.
Well, just change the command word. That's what I did. So if you say Alexa in my house, it doesn't pop up. You got to say a different command word.
Look at Joe. Tell me about that, Joe. I didn't know. Can you do that with Google? Because Google, every time Google is like blink, blink, blink.
But I'll tell you what.
I'm
After
sure
that
you could
video I
change the
sent you
command.
today, I want Alexa just so I can have that
How
cabinet.
cool is that? That was badass, right?
I got my Alexa set up for all my lights.
Yeah.
in the house.
So
So
it
if
does
I'm
everything.
sitting there,
Yeah.
like my wife or whatever, she's cooking and she'd be like, Alexa, turn on living room lights. Alexa, turn on the master bedroom light and stuff. And the lights, okay.
So you can
okay.
tell Alexa, hey Alexa, the new command word is. I don't know.
Yeah, you go into your phone, you set it. You can set your command word,
Yeah.
and then instead of saying Alexa, you say.
I wonder if
dipshit.
you can do that with Google. I don't know if you can do that with Google.
I don't know.
Because even my
Yeah,
granddaughter, she'll be talking, and it obviously baby talk, and the thing starts blink. It comes, you know what I mean? It's almost disturbing to me. I will tell you though, like I was saying, I actually put myself in check sometimes. I censor myself, like because when we have dinner conversation, it's my family, it's my kids and my wife, and I probably say things at the
So,
kitchen
dude,
table.
now tell me, how bad is that? You have to censor
I
yourself
do.
in your own house.
You're right.
That's why I unplugged it.
I just realized that though. Like we're sitting here talking, guys, and I just
Bobby,
came to the
Bobby,
realization.
I've been very, very PC so far.
Wow,
But I'm
man.
gonna tell you, I'm not gonna censor myself in my house.
You're right. I've
Forget
actually
that.
done
No.
that. Have you ever thought of it, Joe?
What's Alexa or Google gonna tell you?
Dude, I don't know.
Steven,
about
you shouldn't be talking like that.
No, but they collect. No, but you know what's funny?
You know it's bad if Alexa says you're a
Listen,
racist.
You know what's funny is I didn't care. I didn't like. I never even thought about that. You always heard that stuff. But you know what? It's funny is I was talking to my wife one day. We're saying, oh, you know what? We need to get this or that or whatever, right? Dude, next thing you know, everything. I go on Facebook and there's ads for what I just said. I wanted.
Constantly,
the
bro.
Google Home ain't doing that. It's your phone.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your phone's listening too.
Your phone is
Right,
listening. Your
I
phone's
need
listening
my
to us right
phone,
now.
Right? I need my phone.
Soros was trying to get into my location.
Listen, dude. Remember,
Where is this bastard?
He's
Right?
in.
Right?
he's-
Where is this guy? Where's
he's
this George guy?
He's not in the black pickup. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right. He's not.
Not in the black
Who's
pickup.
that guy behind me that's
You-
riding up my ass?
But even that, you hear this, George. You never see him, right? When do you see him?
He's living the good life
Right?
somewhere.
Somewhere.
He's just
Somewhere.
got a checkbook.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Who needs money?
Yep.
Dude, it's
So,
bad.
do you think if we wrote him a letter and would you think he would send us
You
money?
can't find him.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you get a letter to him? How do you get his? How does like, for example, how do the AGs get money from him? Does he just send the money? Does he just?
No. You
Transfer.
you have to elect Joe Biden to find out.
Oh, that's what it is. All right, so this is like Obamacare.
Yeah.
You
have to sign it
sign
into law
it
before you
first,
can find
and
out
then
what's-
you can tell me what it is.
Right.
That seems to work. I mean, it worked for how long? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Worked
man.
great. Nobody, you can keep your doctor. Don't
Every
worry about
time, listen, I'll say this out loud. Every year I had Obamacare, I had to pay. I was penalized. I had to pay. Crazy, right? Amazing. Getting penalized for not having or having insurance. You know what I mean?
it. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. And if you didn't have it between those months, this is when I was at Comcast and I was out of there. I was out of work for like 7 months, and that whole period there, I had to pay the penalties. So it's not bad enough you're out of work. You feel down on yourself, right? And then all of a sudden you get a bill in the IRS telling you that you got to pay, whatever it was that they wanted to charge me.
So yeah, I don't know. It's not constitutional for a government to make you buy something that you don't want.
No, you're right.
Listen. I can go a lot further, right? Like they make you buy car insurance. I think it's bullshit. They make you wear a seatbelt.
I know.
Technically, the Constitution, you have the ability to free.
Yes, but I
Freedom to go ahead and
but hold on, I'll
travel.
I'll play. I'll bite. You got me. I'll bite.
I'll play.
How about I'm the guy?
Play all
How about I'm the guy driving? You rear end me, bro, and I have insurance and you don't.
Your insurance pays.
Okay, well, what if I don't have insurance? That makes me just as bad as you.
And you could sue him, or you could and you sue
See
each
what I'm
other.
saying? Like, just it doesn't. It never works
Dude,
out.
I get it, and I'm not. And clearly I have car insurance.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I understand the purpose
right?
of car insurance.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the fact that the
You have to
government
have it.
forces you
Yeah.
to buy something.
For the greater good, though, right?
But
Is it-
now, but we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
Where does this end?
right.
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 So I'm an adult. I'm forced to wear a seatbelt.
What are you going to tell them
You're
when they say
forced
you got
to
to
take
get
a shot.
I was going to say, what are they, Joe? Dude, you're like
Bullshit.
me and you are like right here, bro.
Bullshit.
You're not going to do it?
Bullshit.
Dude, I was reading yesterday. There's an article out there that's saying if you want to travel to places like Disney on a flight, airlines are going to require you to take a COVID vaccine shot before traveling.
And you're going to have proof of that. Is it like a pin? Do they give you a pin?
I'm sure it's a paper, but at the same time, there's that HIPAA law.
Yeah, but what if I have it? If I got corona, then I can't get the vaccine, right?
I don't know.
See
No,
what I'm
because you're
saying? Like,
immune
how
to
do you
it.
work that out?
Now you're immune to it,
For at least 4 months, right?
or at least for according to Trump.
Well,
Right?
Trump said he's Superman. Did you see him? He actually did the motion.
Yeah.
He did the.
Yeah.
he actually ripped his shirt off like he was.
I'll
like,
tell you what. The man's got more strength now than he did before, right?
You know what? Kamala.
3 rallies a day.
Kamala Harris.
Shit, here we go. Back to
hanging
the
out with
college
Tupac.
days. The college days, smoking weed in the
Smoking
dorms.
some reef. With Obama. Rest in peace, Tupac, man. He's an artist. He's one of my favorite rappers, man. I gotta tell you right now.
Oh, he was ahead of the time.
Yeah. You
He
know
was
what?
ahead of his time.
And you know what? And I'll give this credit to any rapper, anybody who's got, and even 50 Cent too. I mean, we
Yeah,
talked
but the
about
new
both of
rap
them.
ain't like this.
When you have pain, when you rap,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Right.
legit pain, like this guy suffered, and that's what you're rapping about. Like you
Oh,
can appreciate.
you're not talking about these rich rappers, no?
Oh my goodness,
that-
right?
Little
grew up in-
Zane and all these
They-
other people,
yeah.
like they're not even rapping
No,
about anything.
Yeah.
Dude,
They don't got
grew
a story to tell.
Nothing.
No,
That's
because
exactly
they grew
it.
up.
That's
they
why
grew up being
that's what makes
spoon-fed.
Tupac
That's what makes
and the
Tupac
Biggies
great.
of the world.
Yep. Amazing, because it was
all
a
great
story. It
because
was
they told their pain, they told
Yes,
their story, they
yes.
told you what was
Yep.
going on
Yep.
You know
in
what's
real
funny
life.
is
Yep.
as much as I hate him, Jay-Z, right?
Yeah, he's
listen.
a biter.
He grew up in Shitville, right? He became a drug dealer, whatever, right? He made something of himself. All right, that's a cool story.
Yeah.
But now that's not
Forgot where he came from.
like, dude, what do you like right now? You're telling these kids to do the same shit.
Right.
Become a drug dealer. Okay, look
Yeah.
what I did.
Yeah.
Like you're empowering these
Right.
kids to become scumbags.
Right. What it is you're celebritizing that profession. But man, true story. We were hanging out, partying. I don't even know where the hell we were at. I remember it was somewhere in Rhode Island, and it was in a yeah, right.
Bootleggers.
And I remember, like, we had a couple of friends with us that were underage. And this was a full-out bar, like a legitimate full-out bar. And I remember being there, and we went because a couple of friends were like 19, not 21. And we went there, and the guy's like, don't worry about it. They're going to serve us. I'm like, to me, I don't care. I was already old enough. We go in there, and, bro, everybody, like, there had to be, like, 14, 15, 16. I'm not just guys and girls. Like, we're talking kids. The whole place was full of kids getting shit-faced. And then all of a sudden, right? And then it was all cash money, too, no credit cards. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody would ring a bell, like, ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling, and, like, all of a sudden, everybody would drop the beers. Like, everybody would hide the beers and, like, watch the cop drive by. It was the strangest. I've never went there. I never went back there ever again. It was one of the most strangest experiences, but this song was playing, man. I remember
going into
Yeah.
the club, getting in at 17.
thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing here? Right? Like, I got to get friends my own age. Right?
I can't even believe I'm being seen with you two.
The good days. The good old days.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Who doesn't have an 18-year-old buddy? You know what I mean? Like, you try to get right? Like you go to the.
What am I talking about?
What happened?
Talk about George Strait.
George Strait.
Yes, artists.
Oh, yes.
Because we were
yes,
talking
yes.
about Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, Tupac. Yeah, it's George Strait. You know
George
what?
Strait? You don't
George
know- you ever heard
Strait.
George Strait?
He sang my wedding song. Was George Strait?
I think Donnie lost his mind.
Yeah. Well, it's all right.
Well,
Yeah. You know what's hilarious? And I'll give Delvin some credit here. When he does those parodies there on Facebook, have you seen him?
with the face change.
He does the face changes, and he's always banging on Don. I
Don
love those.
O'Brien.
I love those, man. I look forward to those. So, Delvin Gonzalez, shout out to you, brother. Those are fantastic. Don, I'm sorry, but they're hilarious. They are funny. Bro, this is awesome, guys. This is so great. Like, we just talked a little bit about everything, a little bit about politics, and just a little bit about us.
We never got to Coyotes, though.
We did get to the Coyotes. How crazy was that, right? That he actually thought it was.
I can't believe they can carry children across the border.
Are these people
I didn't
really
know they were
think
that
like
strong.
do these people really think like mules
Can you believe that?
bring over drugs?
No. Look,
Do they think of that?
It could
Do
be.
they
It
really
could-
think that storks deliver babies?
babies?
Like they
yeah.
they train.
Do these
mules.
type
you're-
of people
you're onto
like? Is
something.
that what we're dealing with?
You're
here?
onto something. They train these coyotes, and they take babies over
Yeah.
the border. And then the cool thing is they're like bionic because they can jump over the 30-foot fence.
Right.
They just take them right
They
over.
can swim
They-
and everything.
Right. And then,
If they-
but you know what? I'll
Hey,
tell you what.
worst comes to worst, the coyote gets hungry. He just eats the kid.
Bite off your nose and spite of your face, Joe Biden. Like you would talk. Why would you bring that shit up when you're the one that built the cages, right? You're the one that built these cages. The Obama administration. I actually watched a video of them walking through the facility, like they were all proud of it. You guys build these cages, and then you turn around and you like, don't throw stones, man. Right? When you live in a glass house, brother, what are you doing?
No, we did not.
And
we did not build them.
Yeah, you did, man.
Joe.
Yeah, you did, Joe.
Joe, they were built in
Joe, you did.
2013.
You did. And you know there's
Buddy,
somebody in
you
the
did.
audience like, no,
Yeah.
stop. Like,
I think that's why they made the audience black. Like they blacked out the whole audience so they couldn't see anybody.
Yeah, right.
And like now that moderator should have been like, okay, Kate, it was the funniest thing. Joe, do you want to answer that question? No.
You don't have to answer that if you don't want to, Joe. Yeah, I didn't ask you that one.
Joe, do you want to answer that question?
Yeah. Amazing.
How do you get away with that?
Amazing.
Well,
I have no idea.
No. Well,
Yeah.
Joe, we would like you to.
Yeah, amazing.
And then the media will just make it look like Trump did it.
Yeah.
Both of them are at wrong, I think, because even when Trump came in, he should have gotten rid of the cages then.
I agree. But you know what? In all fairness, like I don't know the details of what's involved in that because, I mean, what do you do with all these people anyway? Like, okay, so they
Send them back.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so you bring them over here. What are you doing? You put them in cages, and what are they waiting to be processed? Like, what are we processing?
Right.
Like, unless you're
Fingerprints, maybe?
unless you're coming for asylum, right? Unless you're coming here for political asylum, then you have no case, right? So
Because
what?
all right, so
It makes no sense.
because we're the land of opportunity, right?
Yep.
So our laws are written so that even when we catch you here illegally, right? So I mean, if it was me, right? Because I'm an asshole, I catch you coming across the Rio
Amongst
Grande.
assholes. You're an asshole amongst assholes.
Absolutely. If I catch you coming across the Rio Grande and I'm president, I'm going to pick your ass up and throw you back over into Mexico
Yep.
right then and there.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
we not arrest them, but we
Process
detain
them.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we put them somewhere. We process them.
So what's
we have all these laws that we have to do this, and
Right,
this.
right.
We got to give them medical care. We got to give them food. We got to give them
Catch and
water.
release? Was it catch and release?
Catch and release was a
Catch
great
and Release.
program. That was a great program.
So what's the process? So say I want
like-
political. I'm in Mexico and I want political asylum. What's the process? Do I go?
Do you want the real process?
No, legit. Like
Okay,
what do I
the
do?
legit
Yeah,
process is
yeah.
you're supposed to go to a point of entry.
So any border.
Any border, you go to a point of entry,
Yep.
and you say, "I'm here to claim asylum,"
Okay.
and they take you in.
Yep.
And they put you in a center, unfortunately.
Yep.
And they say, "Okay, we need to fill out this
Right,
paperwork."
but your accommodations are meager because you're
Correct.
you're
now we're not even doing
political
that.
asylum.
Actually, we're not even doing that anymore. Now you're claiming asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we fill out your paperwork, and now we ship your ass back to Mexico, where you wait for your claim to either be approved or denied.
Right. And in
We're
this
not
case, if
housing
you're like a
them anymore.
previous record, fingerprints, shit like that, they
I
send
think
your
they
ass
should.
back.
I think if you're coming here to seek legitimate asylum,
Yes. Then you should be
from
welcome.
from the other government,
Then you should be
you
welcome.
shouldn't be. You should stay in the United States, and they should put you in a. I don't want to say a bunker,
No,
but
like a military
somewhere
base, like
away
some
from
like a military
Silvestre-
base.
Civil,
Well,
yeah.
that's a cage.
No, but like a little house or something, like
Right.
a military base, like
Really? You want to build houses for all these people?
no. Like I'm sure.
No, but it's somewhere they
But
can
this is the
stay until
problem.
the process is done.
This is
Right,
the problem.
right.
If you put you're putting them in a jail.
Yeah, but they're temporary.
But that's the
But
only
they
way
got
to
freedom.
do
They
it.
can get out and walk around.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's let them walk around.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
within,
but
they're
they're gonna
within
be
a
within-
fenced-in
they're gonna
area.
be within
They're
a
within a fenced-in area.
Again, we have them in fucking jail. So
You can't get away from it.
this is
Right.
the problem. So now liberals are like, well, we're jailing all these people that are just claiming asylum. Okay, so we stopped doing it and we said,
Yeah.
you want to claim asylum? All right, you claim asylum.
Yeah.
Now get your ass back into Mexico. We'll let you know
Yeah.
in 1 to 2 years because that's how long the process takes.
Wow.
It is taking.
So
that
now
long.
we're assholes, or Trump is an asshole
Yeah.
because he sent. So you guys are getting me fired up. I'm starting to swear.
Well,
There we go.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Ratings.
That's okay.
Boom.
Because we don't want to put him in jail, so now Trump's an asshole. So we send them back into Mexico to await asylum. Now Trump's an asshole because he sent them back. So what are you supposed to do? The liberals just want us to catch and release.
Can I answer your question?
All right, you want asylum? No problem. Fill out
right.
paperwork.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2 to 3 years.
Why-
We never see him again.
Yeah, but why does it take that long?
Not enough
That's
time
what
to
I'm saying, like, why does
process
it
all
take
that.
that long?
Because so many want,
you
so many
realize-
people want to
no.
come into this country.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
It's so
realize
bad.
how
People want to
many
come in here.
people-
How about that?
Do you realize
I
how
don't.
many people are
I
trying to
don't.
come into
I
this
don't.
country?
I don't. I'm
But Steve,
asking.
why?
Totally. It's the greatest country in the world. right?
It's not the greatest country according to
I
these
don't know, man.
liberals
I love it. Yeah. I
and
love
all
it, yeah.
these.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
all
funny
these
though,
people
Joe.
burning down the cities.
Yeah,
Joe, they
man.
won't fucking leave though.
No, they won't. Did
It's a
you see
shitty
that?
country, but they
you know
won't
what?
leave.
Shame on Bruce Springsteen. I'm going to call him out right now. Did you hear what he said?
They're all
That if Trump
insane.
wins, he's moving to Australia.
Yeah,
Well,
and Oprah and all
hey,
them were supposed to go, but they're still here.
But not Bruce, man.
I will
didn't think
pitch in
Bruce
for
was
the
like
plane
that.
ticket.
Man, you know, I was a Bruce. I was a fan. I'm a.
Dude, I was a
Why?
fan of a lot of people.
Yeah,
That
but why do they
now-
do that? Why do they put us in a position where you got to pick? Well, don't make me choose. Why are you making me choose? I don't want to choose. I love your music. I don't love your political views, right?
Well, that's just like sports.
Because you know what, I'd like to think that everybody's listening to the show, guys, because they enjoy the entertainment. Regardless of what my political views are, they're mine. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to sway anybody away from the
But
show.
the thing is people come here to listen to your views.
Yeah. No, right.
You know,
right.
I
yeah,
sit
right,
there
right.
and I watch a sports event.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your political views.
Right.
I want to see you go out there,
Yep.
catch a football,
And perform.
hit a baseball, catch a baseball.
Yep.
You
I
know,
don't think that's going to happen next year.
I don't know.
that's what I want to see. I don't want to see,
I don't.
Right.
I don't
you
think.
support,
Kneeling and this.
who
I
you
don't-
want to do this. And
yeah,
I don't want to see.
Right,
I can't. I
right.
paid money
You're
to come here and watch.
I don't think the
watch my team
NFL
play.
Entertainment.
I don't think the NFL is going to allow that next year.
They, what,
You don't
like
think
the,
so?
The
Nope.
kneeling. Well, I
Dude, you
tell
know
you
how many
what.
billions they've already lost
Guys.
already? The season's not even over. The
Well,
NBA.
the season sucks right now because
Well,
it's like
listen, the-
watching preseason games. It's so
Yeah, I
freaking
haven't,
boring.
Well, that's the thing.
All fairness,
And
I
you
have
got-
not watched one single game.
neither
I've
have I.
kept true to my word.
Yeah.
I have not watched a
I
single
have not.
I
sporting
watched the
event.
first game and I haven't
I
seen
haven't
another game
watched
since.
shit, and I refuse to. The NBA. I've never watched the NBA, but the NBA is down 72%, and they lost 1.2 billion dollars or
Yeah,
something.
to be honest with you, though, if next year everything goes back to normal,
Yep.
I'd watch the NBA because I like to watch my team, especially when they're at home.
Yeah.
You know, you got the crowd into it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And
you
the,
got-
and the Garden's a special
just like
place,
the Red
brother.
Sox.
The Garden's a special
The
place.
Red Sox
It
it's struggling to watch on TV,
Yep.
but when you're
Yep.
there,
Yep.
it's a great experience.
Just a good point, man. Tim Tebow. Remember Tim Tebow? Remember that? They
Oh, yeah,
bullied
when he
him
took-
to that.
yeah,
Remember that?
when
Like
he
it
was
such
taking a knee.
Right, because he was taking a knee, but he was praying to God, and it was still whatever it was, and they bullied him
Well,
to.
it was God. God doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
But if Black Lives Matter, then you have to.
I just wish they would
They don't-
separate it. Like
they
just,
only-
just don't make
listen,
one another.
Absolutely. Listen,
don't do it.
on your
Don't
off
do it.
time,
Don't.
right?
Yeah, whatever you
Listen,
want. Yeah,
Colin
whatever you want.
Kaepernick,
Yeah.
You're a millionaire,
Yeah.
right?
Do whatever you want.
Dude,
do
when
whatever you want.
when you're done playing on Sunday,
Yep.
you want to go home and
Or even in the interviews.
or-
I don't
and-
care. You can express
protest?
yourself in
Yeah,
the,
right.
in the
Knock
interviews.
yourself out.
But on the field, don't bring it to
Yeah,
the field.
don't
bring it
bring
to
it-
work. Yeah, don't bring it to work. Yeah. I mean, well, if I went to work, and I mentioned this, I forget what episode it was, and I'll ask you guys, if I decide to call my boss tomorrow and be like, hey, I'm not coming to work, and he said, why aren't you coming to work? Because just my political views, and I'm just not happy, and what do you think he's going to say to me? Like, he's going to be like, well, then I'm going to find somebody to do your job because you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, why would you? So why is it okay that why can they do it and why can't I do it? Why can
'Cause they're-
LeBron James? Why is it?
because he's oppressed.
Because those people make a lot of money.
Because
That's
he's
it.
oppressed.
That's it. How?
That millionaire.
How? I
he's
don't know
oppressed.
how. How is he oppressed?
He's oppressed.
I don't know. I don't understand that. To me, the concept of that is beyond my comprehension. I just don't understand. I really don't. Because you know what? When you
You're
are
not the
able,
only one.
listen. You know what? Rather than take the struggle as a trophy, to say to yourself, you know what, man? I came from the bottom, right? Made it from the bottom to the top, right? Here we are, right? Drake, right? Made it from the bottom. Here we are, right? Made it all the way up. Why not sing that song, sing that anthem, and motivate so many young minds, white, black, Asian, you name it, and say, look at me, King James. I'm the man. You can be just like me, right? No, instead, you spew all this bullshit. You talk about law enforcement like they don't matter. These are people. These are humans. I'll tell you what, Mr. LeBron James.
Meanwhile, he won't take a drive in the tour bus without a police escort.
Right, that's exactly where I was going with that. Meanwhile, he won't take a police escort, and people. So why do you play both sides that way? Don't be one way there and then another way on the other side. It's just, again, that really, really bothers me because you have an audience that's not looking outside of that. I mentioned in the beginning of the podcast 3D, right? We look at this stuff, and guys, you guys are in this room now because you're all 3D. We refuse to look at the world in 2 dimensions. You know what I mean? Right. There are 3 dimensions to everything, and in this case, if you present yourself in that 2-dimensional category, like LeBron James, the only thing you're talking about is what? I'm an athlete. I make a lot of money, and I can say whatever the hell I want, right? And have influence, rather than be like, hey, you know what? I'm an athlete, I'm talented, I'm gifted, I have a shitload of money, and I could change somebody's life. Right? There's the 3D.
You know what you never see, though? What you never see is these talented, wealthy athletes doing something with their wealth to make life better for somebody.
Right.
Why aren't they paying some black...
they're doing it probably locally. Yeah. You just don't see about,
I mean, it's
that's
like,
why,
hold on,
because I can't let that one go.
No, go.
That's why he donated to those 2 sheriffs that got shot, right? Talking shit. They got ambushed.
Well,
did he come out?
No, he didn't.
He didn't
I'm
even
just saying.
He didn't even come out and condemn whoever the hell did it. Never mind help them out financially.
Right. That's on him. But I'm just saying they probably do things locally to help out children and people in need and stuff like
Tom
that.
Brady. Tom Brady did a lot of good for a lot of people, and he never took credit for it. I get that. But my point is when you're on camera, right, and if you're not talking about your job, if you're not talking about, well, I had a rough night, if you're talking about political situations or influential situations, even if you had a bad message to deliver, why not just don't deliver it? Like, you know what? No comment. Like, I'm not going to comment on that because what I'm going to say is not going to be beneficial to anybody, right? Like, that's a fair. Right. Rather than do that, you go on there and you say these things, and I grew up respecting law enforcement. And respect, call it fear, call it respect, call it whatever you want. I was afraid of the police. Like, the last thing I wanted to do was have the police bring me home because I was afraid that my mother was going to kick my freaking ass. Like, that was the idea. I was arrested once. I told the story. I think it was episode 1 or 2. I told the story about me, Jay Cavallo, shout out Jay Cavallo, Gary Cabral, and we ended up getting arrested. I stayed in jail that night because I didn't want to go home. I just spent the night in jail. I'd rather spend the night in jail than go home and tell my mom I got arrested by the police because I would have got a dirty beating. Even at 18 years old, it didn't make a difference. So that was my healthy fear and respect for law enforcement. Bro, these kids today, there's none of that.
They don't respect their own parents.
Yeah, man, that's a shame.
Guy, how many times have you gone into somebody's house and their kid is like
screaming and yelling,
right,
at their parent, like swearing, and you look at him and
I've been to one where this little had to be 6, 7 years old, screaming at his mother. Mother told him to go away, go to your room, because he kept on touching my tools.
Don't you love that? Don't go over.
Coming over and trying to touch my tools. I'm like, no, don't touch that.
Yep.
And she finally said, go to your room. And he turned around and said, up you, bitch. I'm gonna stab you.
For real?
For real.
For real.
Dude, you want to grab him by the throat? Oh, so many times I just want to grab the kid by the throat.
I'm gonna
bounce his head off the wall.
Now, where does that kid hear that?
From her,
probably
right?
from
Where
her
did that
yelling
kid
at her
hear that?
boyfriend that's
Right?
there, that's kicking
Right?
her ass every
Right?
night, dude. It's
right.
But this is the problem, right? And dude, there's
Product.
no father in the house.
It's a product.
Dude, there's
It's
no
a product.
father in the house. There's
She's
no
been
families.
sworn in.
Mom and dad.
She's just been sworn in right now.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank God we might
Wow.
finally have a Second Amendment back in this country.
Wow.
The First Amendment possibly even.
Yeah.
Because that's going to the Supreme Court, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But these kids, there's no role models in their life. Like this is what they see.
Right.
So
you know what?
And this is what is coming up. This is our future coming up, man. And that's what scares the living shit
And
out.
in our generation, us growing up, some of the influential, like we were talking about rappers, like, and I think like people like Eminem and the things that Eminem, and I only bring up Eminem because that was, with Dick Cheney and that, like they were trying to shut him down. They were trying to literally shut him down for rapping and granted, a lot of the things that he would rap about were hurtful. but they were true in his sense. Like this was his life experiences. These were things that he was writing down. This is my life on paper, and I'm rapping this to you, and they didn't want it. Like they just we're not gonna allow you to do that. So, but then again, now you have a generation of music that what are they saying? What's WAP, right? Drugs and WAP, and I had some music on earlier, guys. I'll tell you, I had the show prepped, ready to go. I had everything going, and I was just playing some background music, just in the studio, just getting stuff ready for us to record tonight. And I had obviously it was hip hop, and every other song that came on, I actually only noticed it because my daughter and my granddaughter were in the other room, and it was all inappropriate. Like I kept fast forwarding it because it was all about. It was about dick this and dick that and dick this. I'm like, right, I'm going to give it the D. And I'm like, man, listen, right?
And then we wonder why these 14-year-old girls are getting pregnant.
It's what it is.
Why you got the show like Netflix?
Man. But even like the whole
Cuties,
the Tinder thing, man. But even the Tinder thing, like we've lost sense. And I get it. I don't want to sound like the old guy, right? And I know I'm going to sound like the old guy. But man, I remember you had to work for it, bro. Right? Right? Seriously. Right? True. It wasn't just there.
All you need is a hook and a beat.
Seriously, right? Like swipe left, swipe right, right? I mean, it's
Dude, that's how materialistic we've become.
Right?
Swipe right or swipe
left. That's it. That's it.
So you got some fat, ugly dude sitting at home, swiping right on a girl.
Social dilemma, bro.
Dude, he's swiping left on her.
Yep.
I think that's the bad one, right? I don't
is
know.
Is it bad? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Left is bad, right is good. I don't know.
I mean, that would make sense.
Whatever it is. He's swiping bad.
Yeah.
Right? For some girl who he would never even have a chance with to begin with.
Yep.
But he thinks he's going to get
somehow,
this 10.
There's no
when
challenge.
He's a 2.
There's no challenge. Where is it?
But everything's materialistic now. So.
Oh man! But and it seems like everything is in that direction. And then almost again, I mentioned it. I was talking with Gary on 44. We were talking about the idea of like nobody wants to wait. Like it's now. It's right now. It's the obsession.
That's what's up with these generations. They don't want to work.
Nothing. Right. It's like I want it now. I want it now.
I want a Mercedes Benz, but I don't want to work to get it.
Oh man, it ain't coming. It ain't coming.
It's like.
Yeah,
you haven't noticed that?
Yeah.
Everybody drives a Beamer, a Mercedes, an Audi, a Land Cruiser. It can be the biggest piece of shit.
Yep.
But they still got it.
But I drive an Acura.
I know what I think.
I drive whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's the biggest. Like it's a piece of shit. I would rather drive a new Toyota or Nissan or Ford or whatever.
No, Land Rover with 400,000 miles on it. You know what I mean?
Then that piece of shit Infiniti that you're driving.
Auction car, right? The thing's it's got a salvage title. Yeah.
Dude,
right. It's off a show.
Oh, what do you drive?
It's off a show.
I drive an Infiniti.
It's off a show. It's off a show, man.
Dude, then you go look at it, and it's like...
What year Infiniti? 1998.
Yes, baby. CD player and all.
All of it. It's like, dude, but you're a moron.
Got a cassette tape.
A cassette tape in there.
You're a moron.
Like my Walkman hook up to it. And don't go over any bumps. Because that shit's going to skip.
That's hilarious, bro. It's so
I remember
funny.
those days.
Oh, my God. Wasn't that long ago. But again, that's to the point. You know what?
He didn't get it.
I'd like to...
Did you
No,
get
I
it?
get it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember those days, too.
He's still mad. I'd like to think...
Dude, I am.
I'd like to think that
Punch Pelosi in
if
the
I
face.
was at that prime age today, like the technological... Like, I think I could be rich. Like, if I had to jump on what these kids have today, like the idea of E-Trade, right? None of that was available to us.
Right.
If I had that and I was at that prime right now and I didn't have a family and I had the ability to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take this amount of money, and bro, I'd be rich by now. Like, you know what I mean? Pre-Bobby, I would have invested and I would have done the... Like, and these kids have no idea. Like I tell my kid all the time, man. So you get the world at your fingertips. You can go and do and buy anything you want to do, and you choose not to.
Right. You can research anything,
Anything,
like, even
man.
stocks. Like
Anything,
you
right.
brought that up, like
stocks.
Man,
Dude, Royal Caribbean. Buy into Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, because they're gonna come back.
They're coming back.
Dude, I had Carnival. I just sold it.
Did
I'm
you
like,
really?
Done. Yeah. Hey.
Why?
Listen.
It's gonna
I
go
bought
down. It's
something.
going down, but it's gonna come eventually up.
That's all right.
You got time.
I made a
Dude,
little.
it's gonna go down a lot further where I can buy it again. But I bought something that's going up, and it's estimated to like triple.
Is it like stock fraud? If you mentioned it on the podcast, is that like, are you insider? Would that be considered insider?
I'm not.
So what is it? Like, share that? You're not gonna share that? You're not telling me.
Share that.
He wants to be the billionaire.
After the show.
After the show, I'll
Gonna
share
share that
I'm
with
not
us?
broadcasting.
All right, let's go. You see that? Oh, with the fans, man, with the show,
Pryor's listening. He's going to invest, and then
Right?
it's going to go up.
Right,
Forget
and then
it.
he's gonna be another one to leave.
Oh man, right, gone. Oh, he'll be on the Royal Caribbean cruise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In his hot tub. You listening to Don?
There's a picture.
He's in his hot tub right now. You can't listen
Right,
to watching us.
Right. Oh, fantastic, guys. I mean, always such a blast having you guys on the show, man. I was really looking forward to this, and this kind of just materialized, right? I mean, we were talking about it a little bit, and the idea that I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't ask because I wasn't sure if you guys were going to be comfortable coming in the studio, but. Guys, this is so awesome.
You should know better than that.
Well, I mean, you know what, Steve? I know you were in. I was hoping Joe and me, just getting us in here and doing this.
It's different. It's different when you do it like this.
Or better than the way we were doing it before.
Man, just because you feel the energy, it's got like a vibe to it. You know what I mean? Especially with the Facebook and having this on Facebook and everybody participating.
Everybody could put a face to it.
And you guys are helping out with that because I can't do it all at once. Like I'm sitting there trying to do everything, and it just you loses some of the razzle in it. You know what I mean? Right?
Sitting in my tractor on
the
break.
break. He's enjoying the show. Somebody's
That's so
enjoying the
funny.
show right now.
Good.
Hey, Jake
They're on break.
Jay Cavallo, right? Sitting on the tractor on break. Dude, you're right.
Too excited thinking about me.
What time is it? What time is it? 9:24. Jay, you're
still-
driving.
it's
If
still-
I was your neighbor, Jay, I would have
still
called the
early.
cops already. Jay's got a John Deere. Did you see it? You probably see him. Did you see him on Facebook all the time? Like he took some trees down. The guy's like he's consistently like ripping shit down with his. He's got a John Deere tractor. So every day, like you watch
Got
him.
an excavator? You
Yeah,
wanna
he's-
come level my backyard. Feel
Dude,
free.
yeah, he's all set. Yeah,
Dude, come level
Jay
my
Cavallo
backyard.
for hire. Jay, I'm getting your business, bro. Get the mean,
Man,
what is
come
it?
level it, man.
The mean green John Deere machine. I think that's what he calls it, right? Crazy. And that's fun with like Instagram and Twitter and everything. As much as I'm just a hypocrite because I'm like, they got all my information, but by the same token, guy, I have so much
They're gonna
fun
get
with
your information anyways.
Yeah, and I have so much fun. I have so much fun with you guys on that, man. Like just sharing stuff back and forth, and it's a different. You know what? You can be on there and you can follow people and you can like things, you can have hobbies, but when you have people that are like-minded and you're sharing that information back and forth, it kind of adds another element to it. And then when you can get into the studio, like we are here, and talk about it and share it with everybody, obviously the chemistry is there, guys, and. All day long, like I couldn't wait to get in here. I couldn't wait for us to sit down and talk about it. It's just, again, I always look forward to it. And like we do it online, and we've been doing the Corona thing and using Discord. But again, to be here with the microphones,
Yeah, it's different than being here than being on Discord. It's completely.
Yeah.
It's completely
I think you know what? In all fairness, I think the three of us we should really seriously consider, and I'm sure the fans can, they can have some feedback on this, and that is. We should come up with a show. We should come up with a show. We should come up with something. We should, between the three of us, we should come up with something and make it an entity. We should do it. This doesn't just happen.
Somebody out there will listen.
Of course they will. Of course they will listen to us
Dude,
now.
what's funny is I've had people, a couple of people, it's a lot of people, a couple of friends that actually say, "Oh shit, dude, I heard you on that show. I thought that was wicked cool. When did you start doing that?" And I'm like, I didn't really start doing it. I just kind of did it one day.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. It was like, hey, when are you going to come? And I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it, right?
Right.
And then he was like, dude, I've been listening ever since.
That is awesome, man.
And I'm
that
like,
is awesome.
Cool. And he's like, dude, I love it when you're on because you get all fired up. I'm like, yeah, sorry. He's
Yep.
like, no, I love it.
My brother and his brisket.
Is that what?
Yeah, he just put it on there.
That's so funny. Is that what he's doing? Yeah, make brisket again. Maybe he can next time we have a podcast, he can bring some brisket over here. We can have some brisket.
Some sampler.
Yeah, some sampler. We'll bring that over. Would be like.
Let me ask you a question. Did COVID kill your whole party, end of year party that you said you were gonna?
I want to do that.
You can't.
I know I can't do it. I wanted to do it like
Why
it would have
can't
been
COVID, man.
COVID. You can't have any
have more than
gathering.
10 people,
Yeah,
man.
more than 10
What's wrong
people.
with
Okay,
Right,
so who's
yeah.
calling?
I don't know. Because I remember I mentioned it. Like I wanted
All
to
you
do
need to say is you're protesting.
like a Halloween show. Yeah, like it's a protest.
I'm
Because I want to do
protesting
like a
chicken.
Halloween show, and we could get like make it a live event, have people come, we could record the show, and with I mentioned it. I'm back on Podbean. I use Anchor as my server, but I screw it. I pay for Podbean too. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I want the show to be as available as possible. So being on Podbean, it gives me the ability to actually live cast. Like literally doing like a live radio broadcast, and we could record it. So we could do it. We just have to find a venue. We got to find a place to do it. We can.
What are we protesting though?
Well, let's.
Anything you want.
I got gas.
Yeah.
At a match.
I thought we were just.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna do like an AOC thing and just protest you having gas.
That's
No,
it.
no. No, wait. A protest is when you burn something down, right?
No. That's
That's domestic
Oh wait,
terrorism.
no,
That's
that's right. I
terrorism,
keep
that's
forgetting I'm not a
violence.
liberal. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll bring it back in, man. We don't have to burn. We don't have to burn nothing down. We don't have to. No, we want to build.
No, I was
We're
just
gonna
thinking
build.
about that the other day. We're like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
you're gonna do
domestic
that. That would've been
terrorism.
How awesome would
Steve,
that
I'm
be?
sorry.
Right? So I mean, being here and we're talking about it, like the idea that to have an event and have everybody show up, hang out, have some drinks, and just have an actual podcast. And regardless, again, of what your political views are, I'd like to think that the show is relevant to everybody. You know what I mean?
Liberals need not apply.
Nah, but you know what? Half my friends are liberals, and I've always been that guy. Like I'll listen to both sides. I'm completely objective, and I want to listen to everything.
I want to listen to both sides.
Yeah.
But then,
There's an extreme, bro. There's an extreme.
well, but here's
Yeah,
the thing. Like even, like I don't mind when people talk to me and say, this is what I think,
Yeah.
and that's great. And then, but then when I say, all right, so you think that, and I think this,
Yep.
and this is why, and then they look at me like I'm an asshole. That bothers me, and then I get fired up.
Yes, but
and then that.
But I think, Stephen, I'm just gonna I'm objective on this. I think people get that way. I think people are intimidated when you question things that they don't know, and I think immediately people get defensive. For example, let me finish talking.
Right.
Like when you have facts, when you come at somebody with facts. So for anybody could say, "Oh, I want Biden-Harris to win." All right, tell me why. Tell me why.
Because I hate Trump.
See, now that's not a reason. To me, that's not a logical reason why.
And then when they say because Trump's a racist, then you go, okay, what about Biden?
Right.
You ain't black.
Right.
If you don't vote for
See,
me.
that's
come on.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Not
right?
even that.
The
just
majority.
what he said on the Senate floor a few
Right.
times.
The majority of my issues.
Yeah.
Always end up being Second Amendment, right?
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
Because I'm that
Yep.
guy.
Yep. Yep.
And I'm okay
Yep.
with that.
Yep.
And like, well, I don't like guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why?
Right.
Well, because guns are killing people. It's killing.
It's
our
not
kids.
fair.
It's
It's not
killing
fair
our
to say
kids.
that.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's not fair.
well, can you elaborate? Can you tell me what the hell that means? Or I hate assault weapons. Nobody needs an assault weapon.
Right.
Okay, well, what's an assault
I
weapon?
was about to say you took the words right out of my mouth. Give me the definition of an assault weapon.
An AR-14, and I'm like, well, that doesn't even exist. So
I don't
that's
like
one.
I don't like
Yep.
hammers
Right.
because they're assault.
So
They
now,
assault the nails.
right. So now,
Come on.
what makes an AR-15? Like, and I just get into it.
Yeah. Right.
And people
right,
just
right. But I think people get insulted.
they're uneducated
Because, again,
on that subject.
right.
Not that they're uneducated, but they're
Yes.
uneducated on that subject. But
Yeah.
they want to tell you that you're wrong.
Right.
And that bugs the shit out.
That's
of
just like the people with the coyote. When
Yes.
Trump thought he had, they all have an opinion on immigration,
No difference with the bleach.
but they don't
And
know
they know
what the
that.
hell
It was
about
like a bleach.
coyotes are.
me. It was a state rep, dude.
Yeah.
She's a
But-
state rep. Like this isn't some
Yeah.
far left
But
liberal.
it's like the same thing with the bleach thing. Like they take the information and they twist it
inject
in any way,
bleach.
shape, and form that they want. But ultimately, again, I repeat, I think when people are, here's the deal, and I know I'm going to rustle some feathers when I say this. When you're a weekend warrior, right? When you catch the news on the weekend and that's all you consume, you don't consume like the daily news. You don't know the whole picture. Perfect example. You have a friend, right? And your friend tells you, "Oh, my girlfriend, man, what a bitch. She's always bitching, complaining. And you're like, "Well, dude, I feel bad for you, man. I feel bad that your girlfriend's a bitch." But if you go call his girlfriend and be like, "Hey, why are you being a bitch to my boy?" And she's like, "Well, guy's a loser. He's smoking cigarettes, poking them out on the floor, like the dog shit all over the house. He won't." So now you're like, "Oh, he is an asshole." You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
So you don't get the full.
well, it goes back to what we were saying before, right?
Yeah.
If all you're doing is watching Fox News,
Right.
That's
Then
all
you're
you're gonna
only
get.
getting one side of the story, right?
If you're
right.
only watching CNN, that's what
You're only getting one side of the
you're-
story.
I mean, if you're only watching CNN, you're not even going to hear half the news.
No, you're
to be
not.
honest with you.
You're not. You're
Well,
not.
you gotta,
You're
you
not.
gotta
Look at
listen
what
to both
happened in the
sides and
past
do
week.
your own
Yeah,
research.
Yeah. And I can appreciate substance. If you're going to sit there and tell me for a half an hour just bad-mouthing people, then where's the substance in
Right.
that? Talk to me about facts. Talk to me
Well,
about
see, the
data.
thing I like about the conservative side is
Yep.
they're going to tell you, like, perfect example, Tucker Carlson, right?
Yep.
He's going to say, listen, this is how I feel,
Mhm.
and here's why.
Right.
And to me, it all comes down to common sense.
Mhm. Yep.
That to me,
Opinion fact.
I
Opinion
don't
fact.
give a
Opinion
shit.
fact.
I
Yep.
really don't give a shit how educated you are.
Yep.
Okay, you can have a doctorate in philosophy.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It all comes down. It's like you said. I know some of the dumbest smart people in the world.
Right.
Like
Right.
talk to me common sense. Like think about what you're saying.
Right.
Does that make sense
Does
to
it
you
make
in
sense?
your head?
Right. Right.
And the majority of the
Right.
time, if they can actually get out of their own mind and think about it, go, no, you're right.
And
That's
doing that admits that people cannot admit when they're wrong. People won't do it. They just won't do it. And I think when you do that, when you concede to that idea, you're almost admitting that you're wrong. People don't want to admit that they're wrong because they want to vote for Biden and Harris. They don't want to feel that they're wrong. They want to feel like they're making the right decision. And when you question that, or you ask them, "Hey, why do you feel that way?" Like, I will challenge anyone. Tell me what Biden and Harris has done to make you want to vote for them. And then I will ask you the same question. Tell me what Trump has done to make you not want to vote for him.
He hurt my feelings on Twitter.
No, you know he's not your friend. The president's not your friend.
Listen,
Obama
man,
wasn't your friend. Bush wasn't your friend.
Right.
Reagan wasn't your friend. Bush's dad wasn't your friend. They're not our friends. These are people that are put in the position of power. And you know what? Sometimes they got to do some shitty things. And that's just the way it is. It's not about pleasing me and making me feel good.
This is what I'm talking about. So common sense. Like, just think about this. He has been in government for 47 years.
Yep.
And in 47 years,
man, nothing.
You can't find. I can't find. I have tried
How
to
do you argue
research
that?
this. One accomplishment.
Yeah.
Not one accomplishment that
Yep.
has actually
Yep.
amounted to anything.
Yeah, I can't argue with that, bro.
Oh, wait. No. Sorry, there was one. The crime bill.
I was going to say, Joe?
Yeah.
The crime bill, right?
That's his one accomplishment.
Yeah.
The crime
And
bill.
that's the shittiest compliment that you can give the guy.
It's true, right? Because that was a mess.
And
But
that-
that's it.
That's
Okay, all right.
That's
so,
the reason.
so-
that's the
my
reason
point-
why
so
you
here
got
we are.
police.
My point exactly.
That's why you got
Yep.
the police
Yep.
targeting black people.
Yep.
It's because of that crime bill. And
My-
if these people did the research,
I don't even
and
buy
looked
that.
it up,
I-
of
see, I
course
don't-
it is because it
So you're gonna sit here and tell me. See, we're now gonna argue.
Go ahead, Hitch.
You're gonna sit here and tell me that you truly believe that police are targeting black people.
Well, so if a black person's walking down the road and you're walking down the road, who are they going to come to? I've seen this because I've been pulled over and I've had my friends in the car. And where do they go? They come to me and then they go right to the other person and they start interrogating him. Why are you interrogating him? I'm the driver. Come to me.
Because maybe they saw something.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't know. I wasn't there.
His
But what
skin
I'm
color
saying is
probably,
this,
but I'm
right?
just saying that.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm just
so-
saying that's the whole problem because they wanted to put more black people in jail.
Well,
That's
so
the reason
let's-
why it was. That's the reason why it was written.
all right,
Right.
Absolutely, it was. That's why it was written. But I don't think that that's the case today. For the
No, not
It
now.
has-
No.
No,
The
now,
cri-
I'm not
the crime
saying
bill.
now.
The crime bill.
But
The
I'm
crime
just saying
bill.
in the
Right.
past.
But now
this
here's
is
the
this is the
problem.
reason why.
Here's-
This is the reason why majority of the black community don't respect police officers because what they've done in the past.
But here's the problem now, Joe. So you said, okay, so a white guy's walking down the street, a black guy's walking down the street, and listen, I'm not a racist,
Right.
at all. To me, if I was a cop, I don't care if he's black or white. I'm going to look at that person. I don't give a shit who you are. A cop, a lawyer, a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to profile that person just by their look.
You're gonna profile
For sure.
everybody.
Yeah, usually it's
That
typically
everybody
what you're
profiles
wearing.
everybody.
What you're
So
wearing. Right.
That's where I'm going. So
Yeah. Right.
I'm a cop. There's two guys walking down the street. One is white, one is black.
Yep.
One of them, we're not going to say which one is which. One of them is walking down the street dressed in a polo and jeans and, right?
Yep.
Good to go.
Yep.
The other guy's walking down the street. His pants are around his ankles. He's got a 3X when he should be wearing a small, right? He's got Jordans wide open, a hat backwards or sideways, right? Big bushy beard. He looks like an asshole. Who? I'm going to be honest with you. Who am I going to profile? Whoever the guy is with the pants around his ankles.
Wow. That's a rough one, man. That's a
It
tough one,
shouldn't,
right?
it shouldn't come down to what they're wearing though.
But you have to remember that it not necessarily in all cases.
Yeah.
And look, people may disagree with me, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But in most cases, the guy walking down the street in the polo and the jeans or whatever, the khakis or whatever the hell you want to put the guy in, is not the guy that you're gonna be that's not the description of the guy you're looking for in a robbery. It's going to be the guy. He was wearing baggy pants, a baggy
Yeah, but what if
shirt.
it
But
is?
at this, but what,
what
what
if
at
it
the
is?
same same
Well,
same,
what
if
same
it is?
token,
Right.
So
the
you're a
person with the
cop.
polo
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a bunch of crack in his pant
Yeah.
in his pocket,
yeah.
and the guy with the hat
And
sideways and everything else
He's
like
homeless.
that.
He's homeless
all
in
he's
San
got is
Francisco.
all he's got is maybe a bag of weed, or if anything.
But you're
And he
missing my
stops,
point.
and he stops
Yeah,
that guy.
I know what he's saying.
But you're missing my point.
I know what
Right.
he's saying.
I'm not talking like you get a robbery call. The description is the guy was wearing a polo and khakis.
Yep.
I'm not going to look at the guy with the pants around his
Exactly.
ass.
Right.
I know.
I'm
Right.
look-
I hear
but,
you.
But I'm
Right.
saying you're a cop and you're patrolling
Yep.
down the street
Yep.
and you're looking for shit that
It's
looks out
fair
of
to
place.
say, right? So in all cases,
You're not going to
Yeah.
look twice at the guy with khakis, even
Yep.
though he may have a crack rock
yes.
up his ass. I don't know.
Right, right.
But what I'm saying is, you're going to look at that other guy and you're going to make eye contact.
Yeah.
And you're whether he's white or black.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care.
Which
about
is
color.
which is a great point, because you know what, the people that we never even talk about is the dispatch, because the dispatch is what sets up in all
Right.
fairness here.
You got to get the right description.
Right,
going.
that's exactly
Well,
it. So
you got to get the witness to give them the right description.
Right.
So-
This is a perfect description, right? Remember
Yep.
when you were a kid and you played phone, right?
Mhm.
I whisper something in your ear, you whisper it in his ear,
Yeah.
then he whispers it in somebody else's.
By the time it gets all the way around, yeah.
it's completely different.
Right.
Well, that's what happens with dispatch.
right, right,
And it's not just police; it's police, fire, EMS. I was
Yep.
in EMS,
Yep.
so I know. The witness said, "Oh my God,
Yep.
I think they're dead." And you get there, and everybody's out of the car walking around. It's a freaking minor fender bender.
Yeah,
It's
right,
all
right.
in.
right. And that's and
That
again,
game of
in all
phone.
these cases, you know, when you talk about even with Blake, like all those cases, the dispatch really the information that they provide. I mean, and obviously you want to give the police as much information as possible based on the perp, right? But in this case, they give all this information, and they're almost setting. The police are like, okay, right, go to prepare, right? Like this is for real. Like this guy, you know, whether he's a sex offender or he's assault, he's got a previous assault and battery or dangerous weapon. He's been known to have guns. Like
Right.
all this information is
Right.
coming at you.
Well, Breonna Taylor, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Perfect example.
Perfect example.
Yep,
Like
yep.
they were
No
serving
knock.
a warrant. They
Yep.
had a no-knock
No
warrant.
knock, but they knocked.
They actually
they
knocked.
Yep, they knocked. That
Right.
was shenanigans.
And
on,
then-
on the other
and
other
then
side.
they were
yeah,
shot at.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah,
or not, listen, the
Yeah.
gun was
Yeah.
was legal,
yeah.
which is irrelevant.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I can see the guy shooting at the police.
Right,
He thought
right.
somebody was breaking in because he didn't hear police. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
I feel.
But my problem is the other problem
Yeah,
with this
she's-
whole
she-
situation.
What is she doing
innocent.
with this guy? What is she? What was she doing with that guy? Why was she with him?
Well, that guy,
Right?
That's not the guy.
No, she had her boyfriend. That
Right.
was, and then it was. But this guy had a gun. This guy shot at the police. So he's
Because
just.
he said
it
he
was a
didn't
legal
hear.
gun.
He
But he's
didn't
just as
hear them
bad.
announce.
It's just, what are you doing with Brianna? Well, what the hell were you doing hanging out with these people? That's what I'm saying. Like you lay down with dogs, you end up with fleas.
Well,
Like,
but the problem is,
right?
The other problem with this whole scenario, with all these scenarios, right?
Yep.
Is we don't
Innocent
find out
bystanders,
what
man.
actually happened.
Right, and the innocent get shot. She was an innocent bystander.
But we don't actually find out what happens
Mhm.
before we say something.
Right.
Right? So the whole Breonna Taylor thing, it's just an example. It's the first one off the top of my head, right? The whole Breonna Taylor thing. The next day, they're protesting.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Say her name. Say her name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right,
then
right.
come to find out.
It changes the narrative.
Dude,
the
they
whole
didn't- they
narrative
didn't get the
changes.
facts.
They
Right,
didn't get
yeah.
the
Come to
facts.
find
They
out.
didn't, yeah.
Right? San Bernardino, what was
Yep.
it, last week, right?
Yep.
Dude, this video. The cops fighting with this guy.
Right. They're all
He
resistant.
doesn't
yeah,
want
they're-
him to go back
But
into
you
the
got
store.
You
Yeah.
got to shoot him in the leg.
Dude,
Can
he
you
pulled
believe
out a
he said
gun.
that?
He pulled a gun out of
Can
his
you believe he
waistband.
said that? Shoot him
You
in
got to
the
shoot
leg.
him in the leg, Steve. Legs.
How does that make any sense?
Or
And again-
wait, you're supposed to get a personal counselor with him.
Right.
Talk the person down.
Yeah, I think he did respond without a social worker.
Imagine
So
that.
it's his fault.
And you know, and I'm going to say this, and anybody who doesn't, I mean, I do. I'm Second Amendment, and I know I'm amongst fellow Second Amendment observers. And in this case,
I don't know.
if
I
I
don't know
ever,
if you are or not.
well, if I ever decide to
who's
pull up,
carrying?
if I ever decide to pull up my
I've never
gun,
seen you at the range.
maybe
I've never-
maybe I didn't get invited. Maybe I
I've
don't
never
get.
seen either one of you actually carry.
Well, first, Joe. Let me get to Joe first.
Just saying.
I got to get invited. If I get invited to the range, I'm going. And in all fairness, we can shoot out in the backyard over here anytime we want. So
I was
Did you
never-
see the
Hey,
driveway
have-
you drove up?
Hey, have you?
We can shoot
You ever
here.
been invited
Have I even been?
You
invited
wanna?
there?
to shoot in the back?
Well,
No.
we had COVID. You guys want? Say the word.
COVID
This
doesn't
Yeah,
weekend.
like-
we already talked about
COVID
this.
goes
This
away when
weekend
you got
he's setting
guns.
up a bow for you and everything.
Let's do it. I have the bow. I actually pulled it
right.
out.
You
It's,
got
yeah.
a bow and arrow. That's
I got
right.
a bow for you. Yeah, and
Dude, you're supposed to be setting it up.
with
What
the saw
happened?
blades. Okay, we do it. It's on. It's on Donkey Kong. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm glad we talked about it. But the range, if I get an invitation to the range, I'm going. I got to do it. I got my bodyguard. I never shot it. I haven't shot it. I know. I hurt your feelings when I say
Dude,
that. I'm
The
sorry.
bodyguard.
Listen, we're not even friends
Like,
anymore.
how did that thing? Can you even put that in your hand?
Hey,
It's nice. It's got the little. I get the little extra. I get the pinky clip on it.
I can.
Dude, I think
listen,
a 3-year-old can handle that.
They could.
Look,
They
I
could.
can look you straight in the eye
Yeah.
and tell you I have never in my life bought a gun
Yeah.
that has made it back to my house
Shame on me.
before it got shot.
Shame on me, bro. Shame on
Guy,
me.
I have bought guns at 8 o'clock at night
Yeah.
and gone to an indoor range because that's the only one I had available that I could shoot at night.
I got a brand new Mossberg up in my closet that have been shot.
Dude, you're an embarrassment.
Swear to God.
I'm embarrassed even.
Swear to God.
Dude, I'm embarrassed.
We gotta
I'm
shoot it.
embarrassed
We
for
gotta
you.
shoot it. We gotta shoot
Well,
it.
guess
We
what?
have to do it.
We're gonna be out there. We're gonna shoot them all.
We're gonna shoot them all. We're gonna shoot them all.
Yeah,
We're gonna do it.
everybody's. You notice how everybody's conveniently
You know what we should do?
omitting my question though.
We're gonna do. I know, right? We're gonna do it, and we'll live cast it so everybody can watch. Everybody will watch us shooting.
Oh, then I'll be embarrassed because I can't shoot.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Oh, I just keep saying zigzag. That's my.
I like that. The lead in the air kills the COVID.
See, there you go.
There you go.
Nice one, Justin.
Bang bang. Nice one. Good one. So that's the plan, dude. We're gonna have to do that, and we'll do it. We'll live cast it.
You're really
Guys-
not going to answer my question, huh?
What's that? Which one?
I carry.
I carry.
I've never seen it.
I carry. I do. I carry. Well, that's
Well,
because
I
we
don't see
carry
that
concealed.
much, but-
We carry concealed.
Yeah.
We carry concealed. I'll tell you, when I went to New Hampshire, I had it the whole time. I carried me the whole time.
What are you carrying?
The bodyguard. The 380.
That you've never shot.
Put in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, I've been fortunate.
Hey,
I
listen,
had
that thing. Anybody can shoot that thing.
Anybody.
I've
It's
seen
perfect.
I've seen bodyguards not work out of the box.
Oh, they jam.
Matter of fact-
They
matter of
don't like
fact,
certain ammo.
As a
Just to
matter
let
of
you
fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a matter of fact, mine already went back to Smith and Wesson
Really?
because
You have laser, no laser?
I had laser.
Yeah, no laser.
Because I just got it with the laser. I paid the same for with the laser.
As it was.
And, and I actually got the
Speaking of, you know
the
what?
Desert Tan
Not,
one?
not to get too far off yet. I bought that from Gary Cabral, and if you guys know Gary, friend of the show.
So maybe
over-
Gary already shot it.
Gary shot it.
All right, so,
Oh, so
I'm
it's-
trying-
it's
it makes
been
me
shot.
feel better. At least I know it
Yeah,
works.
it has been shot. I personally have not shot it, but it
All
has
right. All right,
been
so
shot.
at least I know it works.
So Gary, listen, give Gary. I'm trying to change the subject. Give Gary a call, guys. 508-415-4177 with all your real estate needs. Give him a call. Tell him you heard about him on the Bobby Couto Show. Greatly appreciated. Again, the guy's masterful with real estate. I'm still looking. You're looking, Joe? You're looking, right? No?
I stopped a little bit. I got to wait until after the elections.
I know, right? See what happens. How about you? You like going up north?
I love going up north.
I've been
Me and
talking to
my
my
wife
wife
go-
for a while to move out of state.
She'll go. She's ready.
She's finally. She's like, I want to go.
Yeah.
She wants to get out
Yeah,
of state.
my
but
wife's
she
ready
just
too.
doesn't know.
Yeah, she's ready. She's like, say the word, we go. Please,
Yeah.
just
No,
to go.
my
All
wife
she
won't
needs
leave.
to do is say the
She'll
word,
leave.
and I'm
She
out.
won't leave.
I'm gone.
I have to tell
My
my
wife will
mom.
not leave.
If it
Go
wasn't
down
for my
south.
mom. Yeah, if it
Go to
wasn't my
Texas.
mom.
All right, see, that's why dude, I'm
Texas.
Texas
You
all the
guys
way.
have both your parents on both. See, it's my mom. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's tough to leave
When-
my mom.
you're close to your mom.
Yeah, we're real close.
Oh.
Yeah, super close.
I was gonna say because
my
if you
wife
see
will
her
never
on
leave.
like holidays and stuff.
Yeah,
They'll
you're
come
like,
and
yeah,
sit-
she come down. Yeah, right, exactly. I would take her with me. I would. I'd take her with me, but I'm not taking him. And his fans of the show know exactly what I'm talking
Let him
about.
fend for himself.
Not Rob, man, die. You know, they,
Oh, really?
you'd end up in San Francisco somewhere in the streets. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Shitting his own.
Like-
Don't worry. Hey, Nancy Pelosi will feed him.
She'll take care of him. Well, yeah,
She said she feeds
She
him.
feends him. She told Wolf that. She feeds him.
She
How
lets, I
insulting
think
is
she
that?
I think she opens up the gates and lets him in
Imagine
to her
that,
kitchen.
dude. Imagine that's where she's at. That's right. And I want people to hear that because you know what? Nobody will hear that. No one. If we didn't play that on the show, no one would ever heard her saying that. Like that. She's
No,
that.
they did because it was on CNN.
It was CNN.
I think
right?
Wolf Blitzer might get fired because he did that.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
I truly, I actually did hear somebody say that Wolf Blitzer is actually getting a little long in the tooth. In other words,
Yeah.
it's,
He's
it's
not with,
time.
he's-
It's
he's
almost
not-
time
yeah,
for him to
he's-
go.
Yeah, he's all set with their narrative, so maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If was it Chris Wilson? Is it Chris Wilson? Who's the moderator?
Wallace.
Chris.
Wallace.
I apologize. Chris Wallace. I keep saying
Was
Wilson.
another jackass.
Chris
I don't know
Wallace.
how he's still at Fox.
Yeah, right. Like I had no idea.
No idea.
Guys, I had no idea that he was that left. I had no idea.
I didn't either.
I
Which
was-
is funny because on Fox,
Yeah.
he's balanced.
Right?
Because I've never
never
picked
got
up
that
on it.
impression.
I have never picked
Never
up
got
on
that
it.
impression. Totally blew
Like
me. Yeah,
Fox
yeah.
News,
Yep.
Juan Williams.
Yep.
I can tell you Juan Williams is the biggest leftist I've ever met in my life, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
Juan Williams on the 5 he is like the poster child Democrat on Fox.
Yep.
Like he's the one. I never knew Chris Wallace was.
Yep.
So when I did find out that he was, I kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt because, well, he's balanced there. I expected him to be balanced at the debate.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
was not.
Terrible, man.
Horrible.
Terrible.
job.
Terrible, terrible,
Horrible.
terrible, terrible.
And I'm
terrible,
very,
terrible,
very
terrible.
surprised
Yeah.
that Fox
Yeah, he's still there.
is still allowing him
He's
to
still
be
there.
on the air.
He's still there. I think you know what? Even at this
Jason
point,
asked a question here.
what has he got? I think
he wants
that
to know which gun you prefer for quality and reliability, the judge or the governor.
that's you, Steve. That's you, Steve.
I can't answer that because I haven't shot either one of them.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I haven't.
Wow. Jay's got quite the collection. Jay Cavallo has quite the collection. Yeah, yeah.
Might want to check that out.
He
Someday. But
does.
I've never actually shot either one of them, so I can't give you an honest answer on that.
So you know what? You know what that means, Jay? That means you're gonna have to
You
come
get an
over.
invite.
Right? You just got an
You're gonna have
invite,
to
brother.
Buy both.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to buy
yeah.
both and let us shoot them, and then we'll tell you.
Tell you, man.
Bring your
Let's do
arsenal.
it. Bring them both, and we'll opinionate those. Right? That'll be great. We should do it, man. I'd love to do that. Anybody listening, right? Let's do it. Let's get together. Let's. I'm telling you, we can do it here. No, well, I mean, we'll have
Your
to.
neighbors are going to be calling because you're going to hear
I
all
got-
kinds of gunshots.
Yeah, you're
cool
gonna have
neighbors.
full
I got
auto
cool
going
neighbors.
back here.
The good thing is my neighbor probably shoots more than anybody else. So if I shoot, they'd be like, "All right, shoot." Yeah, yeah. They'd
For
be
home protection.
For home protection, just blow it some
That's
ammo.
what-
But you know, in all fairness, November 3rd, the vote, right? Like, if you haven't voted already, please go out there and vote.
If you can actually, you know what? If you can actually vote early, I would attempt that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And
Get there before the polls, so
I'll be
that way
honest
you
with you
don't have to
guys.
deal with the idiots.
I know it's every 4 years, but I didn't realize how popular early voting was. I've never really.
This is the first time I went early voting.
And
usually I go on election.
And would
day.
you mind sharing that process? Is it as simple as going like
it's-
any other day? or?
Walk in, walk right out.
Really?
Yeah, you just go in,
Yeah.
and it's not like on voting day you got to stand in line.
Stand
for
in
a while.
line, wait, and all that bullshit.
You know,
right,
this
right.
I just walked
Wait
right
for a
in,
pocket
walked
spot.
right out.
No kidding.
Walked
So
in,
there you
gave
go,
him my
right?
name,
If you're
gave
out
him-
there, right?
Put my circles in, and
So you didn't have to make an appointment. You just showed up and
Just
you
showed right
just
up.
showed right up and
Yep.
gave them your name.
there was maybe one person in front of me.
That's fantastic. So if you can, right? I guess if the moral here is if you can early vote.
Well, I guess what like again, people like Dan Bongino are saying.
Bro, you sound great on that microphone. Just so you know, doesn't he?
Calm down.
Right? You sound great, man.
Calm down.
I'm a connoisseur, bro, and I can. It's like
Hey,
porn.
listen,
It's like
you're not-
porn for my ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like this is gonna sound really stupid, but you're not the first
Do you
person
guys
that
want-
said
you guys
that.
want-
Like I should be doing this.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you,
because
right?
I think I sound
You guys need
stupid.
some alone time.
Like personally,
Joe, give
when
us
I
about
listen
minutes.
to myself,
Just need about 5 minutes.
when I listen to myself, I think I sound retarded. But
Well, they say you sound different to
That's
you,
the same
but
way,
I didn't mean
yeah.
to take you off. You
No,
got I'm sorry.
So
go ahead.
there are people that are expecting a lot of problems poll day, like election day. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking.
so if you can get out and do it early,
Yeah.
I would do it just
Well, you
just
think,
to avoid.
You think people are gonna be like,
Oh, I
Yeah.
think there's going to
Really?
be some
Yeah.
protesters
Yeah.
out there.
you know what?
I can be honest with you. I personally think that
I don't know about
November
out
3rd
here, but-
at night, once the polls close,
Yeah, I could see like New Bedford, Fall River. I might be a little
I
intimidated.
don't even think New Bedford will be.
I think
I think-
Berkeley's fairly conservative.
well, yes.
Yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is like when the polls close on November 3rd,
Yep.
I think there's going to be a lot. Like I think.
Where are you buying your ammo?
Good luck. Good luck.
I ain't going to say that on the podcast.
Like,
'cause
where you
then now
get-
you're going to
Good
go to
luck.
my
I
stash.
gotta. Well, then after we get off podcast, we gotta talk because I
Good
gotta.
luck.
I gotta.
We got to
stock
make
up.
it. Let's just make a trip to New
Let's
Hampshire.
do it.
Dude, even in New Hampshire.
Not
I was
Is it
up,
low?
out,
Really?
Dude, even in New Hampshire.
Jesus.
Really?
Bro, I was up there, what was it, 2 months ago, dude. I looked around, nothing.
Nothing.
Even Kittery has nothing.
And I'm talking like you
You
just
were
like
just
maybe.
recently up there.
I was. I didn't stop. I should have stopped.
Dude,
I should have
there's
stopped.
nothing.
I should have stopped. Like 9mm, maybe some 380s. Some.
Guy, you have a better chance of
Why
finding...
can't you buy it online? What's the give? Why?
You can.
You can. There's no law that says you can't. There's just... Companies don't want to deal with Massachusetts.
But I can go
there-
online and I could
but
buy.
there
Yeah.
is at least one company that will deal with Massachusetts. But you have to upload a picture of your LTC. They
Sure,
keep
sure.
it on file. And
Yeah, yeah.
They will ship, but They don't have anything anyway, so don't worry about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, it's
all
hard to
over the
find.
place.
So, I mean, I guess, they're saying that we should probably stock up on some ammo just in case.
Yeah.
Like, just in case.
I'm just thinking I really do believe, like it sounds stupid, but I really believe that there's going to be issues.
Oh, man.
Because they're not going to give it up. Either way, they're not going to make it easy.
Do you don't think
They're
this whole
burning-
laptop thing might change things a little bit?
No.
Do you think this is a little monkey wrench in the whole big plan? Like, did you think maybe
no.
they might? Because I know this is very sensitive, and you're still talking about the House and the Senate, and there's a couple of different maneuvers that are happening here if he wins the election. And like, this is the time. Like, if in other words, if he gets the presidency, there are some other pieces that will fall into place that will give the Democrats complete and utter power over everything.
Right. See, everybody's just talking about the presidential.
Yeah, this is a bigger.
But
there's
there's more
play here.
elections
Right,
going
there's
on
a
right
bigger
now.
play
like,
going
clearly,
on
right?
here.
I mean,
Right.
if we lose the Senate,
Yep.
we're done.
Joe, perfect point, man. And I brought it up in episode 44 with Gary, and that is the mayors and the governors. Like, you don't,
They're the
nobody
ones
ever,
that run,
ever thinks of these guys. And I gave you credit, man. You're right. Like, they're the ones that are closed. Listen, if you're wondering why your city is closed, it's because of your mayors.
It's not
and
the
because-
president.
It's not the president. It's your governors and your mayors. And
I think more the governors than anything else.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, you're right.
Florida opened wide open.
wide open, man.
Texas
wide open.
is wide open.
They
Wide
left
open.
it to the
Tennessee's
store.
wide open.
They left it to the stores and amusement parks. You want to
Yep.
mandate masks? You mandate it, but we're not
Yep.
mandating masks no longer.
I tell you, we were in New Hampshire. I had no problem. Like, we were just doing our thing. I mean,
There's no
obviously, I
more-
wore masks everywhere. You got to wear a mask, and as you walk to your table, and you can take it off. Just the ridiculousness of that. But anyway, I get it because I don't want maybe
You're
somebody
lucky
walking.
you didn't go to California.
I mean,
Take a bite,
I
put your
would've-
mask on, take a bite.
How do you do? Like, how? How?
They don't even
man?
want you to do. They don't want you to. They want you to do the same thing for Thanksgiving with your
Unless
family.
you're getting a hair. If you're getting your hair washed, then you don't have to wear a mask.
Oh wow. No
If
shit.
you're getting a cut and blow, then you're good. You don't have to wear a mask. You can just do the
Was
Pelosi.
it Kamala doing the blow or?
I don't know. Or the cut, one or the other, right? We cut
no,
Biden.
no, Hunter's doing the cutting.
Right, he is done the cutting, and you know what's funny?
Kamala's doing
'Cause
the other thing.
even at the beginning of all this, guys, where's Hunter? Right? I mean, a couple of times you heard, "Where's Hunter? Where's Hunter?" And it was
rehab.
sporadic, and then all of a sudden they dropped this bomb, and here we are.
Yeah,
Now,
it was perfect. It's like Don Trump and the kids are all out there electioning. They're all campaigning for their father.
Yep. You know what?
Where's Hunter?
You know who this hurts really all is the WWE, because nobody's watching WWE anymore. They're watching politics, because this is the most ridiculous craziness I have ever seen in my life.
It is
when
getting
you
pretty crazy.
when you know, and again, and I don't want to go into the rabbit hole, but I did a lot of research for 44 when I was with Gary, because Gary really gets into some really deep stuff, and I never want to get caught off guard.
Yeah.
And when you start,
He's saying we're not.
no,
intelligent.
it's based on the topic.
He wants to have a show with us.
We were going to talk. We were talking like the money. You know what I mean? The banks and the money.
Yeah.
So I was getting into that.
Yeah,
And,
he's good with that stuff. You
yeah,
can tell just the way his mind works.
Yeah,
when you're listening to
right?
him, he really he
He's
understands
in that
the
deep
concept.
state. He
Yeah.
has a real great concept of that. And bro, when you look at some of the stuff that's been going on and the people that are involved in this, this is big, man. Never mind Epstein. Like, this is big. This is huge. This
Guy,
is
you know how many billions of dollars have been invested in this election by people that
you don't even know, like shadows.
Like, dude, Bloomberg.
Yep. Yeah, Michael
Right,
Bloomberg.
Just the amount of money that Bloomberg threw at Florida.
Just to say he was running president. But,
Even after that,
right,
dude, he's out.
Yeah,
Now
he's out.
dude,
I'm saying, but he
the
spent
millions
like
of dollars.
$500 million. I think
Yeah.
he spent on that ridiculous campaign, like he was going to win something. And then, like you said, in Florida,
the millions of dollars he
Yeah.
threw at
Yeah.
bailing people out of jail so
Mhm.
that they could vote. Man, isn't that ridiculous?
Wow, what kind of vendetta? Well, you must have you are mad. You are mad at somebody, right? Like,
And all
somebody,
that for nothing because
for
Florida
nothing.
is like
yeah.
Trump, like the Trump stronghold.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
And
there's-
again, I repeat, look, it doesn't lie. When you watch this on TV and you look at these Biden rallies or protests, whatever you want to call them, and there's people beep 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 beep, they're beeping the horn, beep 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 beep, right? And then you watch these Trump rallies or protests, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people showing up to these events. How do you ignore
and
that?
you can tell the difference.
Did you guys
of the people that are at the two different rallies, right? You got Trump rallies where Biden supporters approach the Trump supporters and bark at them. Like, that's the logic. They bark at them.
Yep.
They don't try and have
a civil
a conversation
logical,
like, why
right,
are you a
right.
Trump supporter? I support Biden
for
this reason.
Right, for this.
No, they literally get in their face and bark at them.
Yep.
Like, this is the mentality of these people.
Yep. And quite frankly, to vote for a president who has just been clear saying, I will raise your taxes. Like he's not even trying to hide it.
Only if you make $400,000.
Well, you know what, man? Listen, right now we all get the tax break.
Right.
We all get it based on whatever our salary is. We get a percentage, and whatever that number is. We don't have to get into the math of that. I do know, and I'm not going to talk specifics or pretend like I know something you don't. But in this case, if the Trump tax cuts are removed, then we lose it. We all lose it. We all lose it. So
Go back to
regardless
the
of
old way.
400,000, yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. You're still going to be paying. And the idea that he may give us that payroll tax, could you imagine no payroll tax? Could you imagine getting your paycheck? Like seriously, I can't even. Like I mean, right? Like it could change. It would change my life. It would change my life.
Absolutely.
It would literally every 2 weeks.
That's the thing. But that's the lie. So you're going to remove the Trump taxes.
Yep.
No, only for people making 400. So you're only going to remove part of it. No, we're going to remove it all.
No.
Okay, stop talking in a goddamn circle.
Because they don't know.
So then you're going to remove all the taxes.
They
Yeah,
don't know.
all the breaks. Yes.
Yeah.
So then it's not just on people over $400,000. It's on everybody.
Yep. Yep.
Like fracking, no fracking. Fracking, no
Yeah.
fracking. Like, dude, even if
pick one.
it's going to
Just
kill
pick
you,
one.
pick
Pick
one
one. Yeah,
and
pick one.
stick to it.
Pick one. Yeah, because then you can
Because
at least
now even your own party can't stand you.
they can't follow you. They can't follow you. I can't follow you if you don't know where you're
I
going.
mean, it's
or what
pretty
you're
bad
doing.
when AOC has abandoned them.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. The guillotine falls. At some point, they realize, hey, wait a minute here. Like, this is a sinking ship, and I need to get off this because they don't want to be associated with it. I just don't see how you can escape this. You cannot escape this. Biden will not escape this. This is going to take him down. It's going to take the whole family down, and it's going to take a lot of other people down that we might not even be thinking of. The Al Gores of the world, and you know what I mean.
Is he still alive?
I don't. Well, climate change might have got him. He said that we were going to die.
I haven't heard from that piece of
Every
shit
10 years,
in years.
he says.
Right? He said
Every
that-
10 years.
Yeah, he said we were
Except I read a study the other day that says that literally in the last 50 years, the planet has the heat. It's been like
And the ozone layer end up closing up
1.3
too.
degrees.
And you know what? And I'll play the side and say, well, what about the forest fires? What's up with the forest fires? Why so many forest fires? And the easy answer is forest management, right? They're saying
that's the exact. So all right, and Trump has said this. It's not like I'm this big protege, right? Like, Trump has said this. Those same forests go up into Canada.
Yep.
Why doesn't Canada have these wildfires like this that are out of control like ours? Why? Because Canada has forest management. They go in. There's a timber industry. They cut down trees. They cut down second growth so that it allows space for third growth and fourth growth and all of the.
Yep.
They have
process. Yeah. Right. They do
have
it everywhere.
They have a whole system.
Mm-hmm.
California doesn't.
They still because
The
regulations.
whole West
they
Coast.
stopped it.
Right.
Yeah,
There's no management.
Yeah.
It's just whatever grows. It gets overgrown.
Yep.
Any little piece of ignition and everything's dried because it's all dead.
Do you think Taylor Swift can see the fires from her house, or does she have a?
Which house?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you think
the
any
one
of
in
them?
Rhode
Do
Island?
you think she can?
I think she lives in Rhode Island.
Right. But
The one in Rhode Island, or the one in Tennessee,
yeah,
or the one in Florida, or the one in California.
Maybe California. Like, can she see the fires from her palace?
She can probably see it, but I think the wind's taking the smoke the other way. That's why it hasn't affected.
I got you. So that's why she probably has an opinion.
Dude, that was the most perfect meme I've ever seen
right?
in my life.
Ever. Like, I mean, hands down, right?
So
hands down.
People don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, if they don't know, they should follow you and follow you on Instagram. I got it on the Bobby Couto Show. Go check it out. Instagram, Twitter.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So there's this meme of her holding the tray of cookies that say Biden 2020, right?
Yeah, Biden-Harris
And
2020.
then, but then the quote is like, this is the girl who has made a fortune, like
Singing songs
about men.
Making bad decisions
about men.
Yeah.
Like, that is the absolutely most perfect.
That's a whole generation, bro. That speaks to a whole generation.
But here's the problem. Like, people like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
This bitch has like a cult following.
Oh, yeah. She breaks the internet. She breaks the
Right?
internet.
Like, people
Like
sleep
Beyonce.
outside her gates
Yes.
in Charleston.
Yes.
Or not Charleston, wherever the hell.
Mansfield?
Her house is. No, it's in Rhode Island.
Oh, it's in Rhode Island.
I think it's in Newport, no?
No. Shit. No, some little town.
Who the hell cares?
I'm sure
Greenwich.
somebody will tell us.
Greenwich, I think. Whatever.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
Yeah, but you're right.
But they literally,
yeah,
like, on the off chance she might visit this week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
a cult following.
It's true.
And it's ridiculous. So now she comes out with a tray of Biden, and these kids, they no research. It's just what Taylor said.
Sheep. It's sheep.
Dude.
Yeah.
Sheep. And I can't remember what episode it was because, my age is getting to me.
Wow.
But there
There's
was
a first.
There's a first. There was an episode that I actually said it. I said, if Taylor Swift got on Instagram and told all of her followers to go and cut the brakes on their parents' cars. You remember me mentioning that?
Yeah, that was
remember
a long
that?
time ago.
That was a long time ago. I'm going back to the beginning episodes. How many and this is complete exaggeration, but honestly, how many do you think would actually do it?
A lot.
Right? Seriously. Like, these are the same kids that are electrically shocking themselves with the penny and the
Tide
and
Pods.
Right, that they're reading the Tide Pod challenge and this. Like, these are the same kids that are doing that. So how many would actually go ahead and do it? So perfect example. Like, you see that tray of cookies and it's the psychological game,
These
right?
kids are stupid.
Damn, man.
They're
They can't
dancing
think for
outside,
themselves.
moving cars and shit,
Yeah,
right? Getting run over. Dude, guy,
Yeah.
you can't fix stupid.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I again, another meme, right? Apparently I love memes, right? There's another meme that said, I'm not saying that I'm for killing people or killing stupid people.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be all right with removing all warning labels and just letting the world work itself out. Just let it work itself out.
Hot coffee, caution. I'm going to get me a hot coffee.
That is funny.
Caution.
Just kind of let nature take its course.
Yeah.
Just remove the
Just
warning labels.
remove
And just kinda,
warning labels and then just kind of let it.
Just kind of let it work itself out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That might be. Yeah, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea because then what do you do with all these dead bodies? It's a lot of dead bodies.
That'd be a lot of that'd be a lot of COVID deaths.
That would be you get in touch with Cuomo.
That'd be a lot of COVID. Dude, can you imagine the number of COVID deaths related to that?
Oh, forget it. Because you're right. Yeah. They would have drank.
But no, she
drank
Tide
Drano.
Pod.
Yeah.
But no,
she
died of COVID.
She had COVID.
Yeah.
She had
tested
COVID.
for COVID.
Yeah. They made a lot of money. It
Dude.
was funny. We were having that conversation at dinner tonight, and they were talking about, well, the hospitals don't know what they're doing. Fucking hospitals know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They made a fortune all the way to the bank, and they're still making bank. They're going to make it all the way there, and
absolutely,
and that's just the way it's going to be. And we can continue to fight the fight and try to deliver the message, but ultimately, I think when you have a generation of people that refuse to see the truth, they just, in other words, I'll believe what you say rather than what I actually see with my own eyes. I hate to bring it up again, but when you talk about, and I only use ISIS as the example because it really displays the mind control that you can have on people. If you tell somebody something enough times, they start to believe it. It does. The power of the control of the mind is unbelievable. And I think, again, we talked about college, we talked about going to college, and you're talking about a system that is a liberal machine. Right? So all of these teachers, the majority, not all of these teachers, but the majority of these teachers and these professors are all liberals. They're all left-sided liberals. And what they taught a generation, it's too late. It's too late. Don't think we're going to do something about it now. It's way too late because it's my daughter, it's my son, it's the 20-year-olds, it's the 18-year-olds, and 19-year-olds that have been poisoned with these ideas and not told the truth. You know what I mean? You can talk about death, you can talk about war, you can talk about slavery, you can talk about all these things, but if you don't tell the truth and how we got there and the way we got out of there, then you're not telling the whole truth.
Right.
It's
Well,
lies.
I mean, when schools stopped teaching history.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course, absolutely. And then you start changing words. They're no longer. You know what? I'll even give them this. They're no longer Native Americans, right? So you went from Indians. You can't call them Indians anymore. We went to Native Americans. That was PC. And now we can no longer call them Native Americans. Now they got to be indigenous people. To me, it just, again, and we continue on this carousel, right? And around and around and around and around.
I can't keep up.
And
right, because sexual preference.
Yep. There you go, Steve, man. Right here, me and you, brother. Right?
Is now not a PC.
It's not.
term.
Imagine that. Like, since when? Since when?
Well, since the committee, since the Senate hearings. Now,
and they
because
actually
that
put
was
it
the
in the
first I've ever heard of
dictionary.
it.
They put it in the dictionary. That sexual preference
same day,
is offensive. Who knew?
Mm-hmm.
So listen, if you wait 5 minutes, just wait 5 minutes, and it'll be offensive. Honestly, I think we're too sensitive. I think we need to lighten up. I think everybody deserves to be miserable. That's always been my mantra, regardless of what your preference is.
I think every kid growing up
Yep.
should at some point get punched in the face.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. You just need to know what it feels like. Yeah,
but the problem is now they're not getting punched in the face like I did, like you did, like Joe did. Right.
Yep.
because they're behind a keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody can punch them in the face.
Yep. Yep.
And they're grown up, and they're all a bunch of.
Ready?
You know what I'm saying?
Perfect story. My daughter, she wanted to play paintball. We had a paintball store. I had a paintball store, skateboard store. We used to go paintballing every weekend. She wanted to go paintball. I want to paintball. I want to paintball. She was young, probably between 10 and 12 years old. I said, you can go paintballing. I got to shoot you first. You got to know what it feels like.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to put you out there and you're going to get attacked, right? So I went in the backyard and I shot her. I got her right in the butt cheek. You know, get some meat so it doesn't hurt her. She didn't want to go paintballing. It was it. It was done. She was done. She's like, that's what it feels like. I don't want to paintball anymore.
Lay her up.
Right? So perfect example. Like to your point, bro. Like a punch in the face. Like if you realize the consequences of what you're doing, then you won't do them.
Dude, I don't understand. When I was a kid, I walked to school.
Yep.
It wasn't uphill in the snow both ways, but I did.
could have been.
I walked to school. These kids now, like, or even when I went to high school, like, dude, even when I went to high school, I took a bus. All right, but there was a bus stop.
Yep.
All the kids from my neighborhood went to the bus stop. Like,
Yes.
For
yeah. You
10
had,
blocks.
you had like the cross, right?
No, but I mean, like, y'all went to the bus stop.
Yeah.
The bus stopped there. Everybody
Got
got
on.
No. Now we have to pick everybody up at the end of their driveway. So the bus is going down the street, making everybody late
Who
for
made
work.
that decision? I didn't vote for that. Did you?
Guy,
I didn't vote for that.
I don't listen.
I didn't vote for that.
And I understand the concept of it. Right? We want our children to be safe. I want my kids to be safe.
Well, isn't it power numbers? I'd rather have my kid with his friends on the corner than by himself in the driveway, right? I mean,
majority don't rule anymore in this world.
But it's just, dude, our kid, they don't.
Yeah, we raise them to be afraid. We do. We raise them to be careful. Oh, don't talk to strangers.
Right.
Don't talk, right. I mean, if you don't talk to anybody, then where's your opportunity?
Dude, it
There's
happens
never any
all the time.
opportunity, right? You become
I never
intimidated.
rode my bike with a helmet on. What the hell?
Why do these kids have social anxiety? Because we raise them with social anxiety. You should be afraid. See that? Be afraid.
Yeah.
Be afraid. Oh, watch out. See that car? Black car, tinted windows. Be afraid. Yeah. Look, we taught them to always be afraid.
To enter a dark winter.
Oh my God! What does that mean? What does that mean? I keep hearing it. What does it mean?
All I know is there's no windows here, but I'm sure it's dark out because it was dark when I pulled up. It's winter, so
I don't understand that, man. And again, to make that claim, like what kind of claim? Is that a scientific claim? Because that's one of my.
That's a fear.
Guys, just you know what? And before we walk out of here, I have the top 14 words that you never want to hear again. You ready for this? Ready? Word number 1: social distancing. What do you think? Never want to hear that again. Essential worker. Anybody who's essential worker, right? Second wave. That's another one, right? Unprecedented is another one, right? Another buzzword that they use. Frontline worker. How many of those, right? Frontline worker, right?
I have a problem with that word just because now everybody's a frontline.
Everybody's frontline. Yeah, everybody's in the front line. And then flatten the curve, right? That was, 15 days to
15
flatten?
days.
To
14 days to flatten the curve,
I'm
right?
still waiting those 14 days.
7 months later.
Stay home, save a life. How about that? How about that? Quarantine. That worked out great. It's safer at home.
See, the problem with quarantine is you're supposed to quarantine sick people.
Right. Yeah,
Not
you're
healthy
not
people.
healthy people, right? Yeah. Here's my favorite. How about Dr. Fauci? I could go the rest of my life without hearing that name, right?
Dude.
You might not if he gets reelected. If the president gets reelected.
Bill Gates was number 11. The science was 12. Number 13, we're all in this together. And number 14, last but not least, the mask.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done with masks.
Are we really all in this together?
Not at this point.
Steve, I think the truth of that statement is yes. I do believe that we are all in this together. No. Are we participating? No. The answer is no. Okay. But the bottom line is, if you're a human, then you're in this. Like, you can't escape this. I don't care whether you like whatever your political values are, whatever.
No, I get what you're saying, but it's like we're not all in this together because
no, you're not.
I'm forced to do something, but yet
yep.
The mayor can do what he wants, the governor can do what he wants, and they're living in a mansion.
Yes.
I'm not.
Getting haircuts, getting.
You know what I'm saying? They don't
right.
have kids. I have kids. I have to, suffer through homeschooling. I'm not a teacher.
Are you guys doing homeschooling? Both of you? Are you both?
No, my daughter's in full time.
Yeah.
Just because of.
But that must be nice. Like just in general with your life, though. Like you're right. That's got to help, right? That's
because I can't.
Consistency,
Dude,
right?
I'm not a teacher.
Right.
I'm not a teacher. As much as I can try and help, I'm not a teacher.
Right.
That's not. No.
Yeah. And you, Joe, your kids both full time, part time? Part time. And how does that, dude? How does that work? Like, you work. Your wife works, right? You both have jobs.
No, she doesn't work.
Oh, she doesn't work. So she
No, she stopped working when they went back to school.
I
'cause she
mean, you
had
know
to
what?
stay
You're
around.
saying it, and I do remember you saying that.
Yeah.
So that's going to help a little bit. But now, if you got two parents that are working,
Yeah, it helps a little bit, but now he's got one less income too.
right? Like,
And that,
right,
so that
right,
hurts
right,
on the other
right?
end.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. We did the same thing with Megan, where Rachel was working to pay for Megan to go to daycare. I'm like, listen, what do you stop?
Right. Yeah.
But I'd rather
Dude,
you
daycare prices. Are
Right, I'd rather you
ridiculous.
raise our child than us pay a stranger to do it. You know what I mean? So we kind of got through that. But I can't imagine, dude. I can't imagine going through this whole homeschooling thing and the computer and the Zoom and
Dude, Japan. And I'm telling you what, they're doing, like, he's doing hybrid. My daughter's full time just
Yep.
because she's
What's
in
the
a special
product?
class. Dude, Boston's already shut it down. They're already full
they're all
remote
done.
now.
They're all done.
I have a feeling,
What's the product?
dude. I have a feeling we're gonna go full. We're gonna go
Do you
full
think-
remote again.
You know what? Again, Joe, I'll go to you because I mean, your kids are actually going through this. They're going through. Do you feel that they're getting the same quality education?
No. Not at all.
They're not learning shit.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, they're not.
That's
listen,
that's the-
I saw my daughter at the end of the last school year, right, the beginning of this year,
Yeah.
when they all stayed home.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like busy work. It was just like, fill out this paper.
Right.
They
But I
weren't
can see,
learning.
but I can see
anything.
like that being a panic because Corona came and you had to put something quick. But now you've had some time, right? Like they had some time off and they
You
kind
would
of
you would think that they had
they
time to
regrouped.
plan.
Right?
plan
Yeah.
shit.
Exactly.
I'll
No,
tell you
no
what.
kidding.
I can tell you, New Bedford Public Schools didn't plan shit out.
That's crazy. That's
They
crazy.
didn't plan.
That's their
shit.
obligation, man. That's your job, right?
Joe, how many houses did you go into where the kid had a Chromebook and it wasn't working,
And you gotta say
and
that.
they were on the phone? They're on the phone with technical support for New Bedford Public Schools, and they couldn't figure it out. So now the kid. Now this is the beginning, right? So now the kid can't. We can't do shit.
Yeah, he can't
because-
participate.
because he can't go in. We were having a problem with the Chromebooks where they weren't linking up to our gateways. On the Chromebook side of it, it was a firmware thing or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
know if they figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Dude, it was horrible. Horrible. Dude, they had all summer to plan, and
That's
they
what I'm
waited till
saying.
the last
Yeah,
2 weeks
yeah.
to get anything done.
Even if you got the government to give you like some money, like some federal money or state money to say, hey, listen, invest this in the process, whether it be servers. Obviously, remote is it's never going to go away. Snow days no longer exist. There's no such thing as a snow day anymore. You know what I mean? You're going to have to go to school even on the snow days. Maybe make that investment, even if it is short term until we get through this, but to at least try to provide a little bit of quality in that education. Because I keep hearing the same thing from parents that have kids at school that it's not quality. You're just making them do it to do it. Like
right, they just have to show up.
They just have to show up. Right.
They show up and they get credit.
Yeah, you're not.
There's no.
And this is no. I mean, there are teachers out there that are busting their asses trying to make something
absolutely.
work, and I see the ones with the costumes on, and they try to make it interesting to kind of keep the kids engaged. But the majority of this is really people working from home who really don't give. I mean, they didn't give a shit in the classroom, but makes you think they're going to give a shit when they're doing it from home. You know what I mean? Like seriously. So. I mean, and not to get too far drawn off that. I mean, guys, and we could keep going. I mean, we're almost on 3 hours. 2 hours and 42 minutes is the show. I mean,
Nobody's going to listen to this whole.
I'm telling you, they're going to love it. This is going to be
down
our
to 4
breakout.
people
This
on
is going to be
Facebook.
our breakout.
Good luck cutting this.
I know, right? It's going to take the next 4 days to cut this thing up. It'll be worth it, though.
We're
It'll be
literally
worth it.
down to 4 people on Facebook.
That's all right, because everybody's going to go to work tomorrow. That's the reason why they're leaving. And that's probably a heads up for us, probably that we should move on, guys. So listen, just a quick heads up for everybody. Joe, you got anything you want to listen? Let's talk about YouTube. And listen, you shake your head no, but you got your YouTube going on, bro. I mean,
We haven't posted anything lately, but
I tell you what, I watched the video
soon
today.
we will.
And the guy
Soon
was
we will.
showing me like the ability, not showing me, the video was showing the viewer like how much money you can make on. And the guy was in for like $3 million. Like he was averaging probably like 200,000 views a day to 300,000.
Yeah, as long as you don't say the wrong thing and get demonetized. And
No,
no, because
thrown off,
there are people that quit their job and they do YouTube full time, right?
Yep.
And then so that's their income.
Yep.
And then you get demonetized.
That's
and
it. You're all
now-
done. You're fired.
dude.
You're fired.
There's been hundreds of gun channels that have
Just gone. Yeah, just because they don't like whatever it is you
like
said.
now they need to go out and get their own sponsors and
jeez,
dude,
man.
it's crazy.
Damn. But I mean,
as long as you're saying something that they don't care, like that
Yeah.
they're all right with, you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But if you say something that they don't agree with, they'll just shut down the channel. They'll demonetize you, which basically is shut.
But you should get some subscribers. So what's the name? What's the
The Boo family.
what is it?
The Boo family.
Yeah, I knew what it was. I just wanted you to repeat it. So it's the Boo family. Go check them out on YouTube. Really cool videos, man. It's it's a family thing, really. I mean, if you want to see it, even if
you want to go with your kids.
Yeah,
you want to go to places with your kids and stuff, you can go on the site.
Yeah.
'Cause we just go around all these other places.
It's
and
cool,
just
man. It is. It's cool that you put it
video
together.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Little legacy, bro. Right? Little legacy. That shit's forever. You know what, man? 100 years from now, your grandkids will be able to watch that.
Go back and watch it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I say about this. Like, 100 years from now, somebody will be listening to this. Imagine
scary,
that.
isn't it?
It's forever, bro. It's forever. How about you, Steve? You got anything going on you want to share with the audience?
Listen, classes are always available.
Awesome.
South Coast Firearm Safety. So SCFS_Steve on Instagram. South Coast Firearm Safety on Facebook. We're always available for classes. If you're in Mass, you need your license to carry, you need your safety class, give me a call.
Give them a call. I'm going to ask you guys one quick question. You ready for this? If you had the ability to either fly or be invisible, which one would you do?
Invisible.
Yeah, me too. But flying would be cool, man.
Flying would be cool, but invisible.
Because you could go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
but
dude,
if you're invisible, you can go flying on an airplane if you want. Without your mask.
That's a good point.
Without your mask.
You'd have to be naked, though, because you can't wear clothes.
Listen,
Well,
but
you're invisible.
Nobody can see you.
But yeah, you're true. But
You're invisible,
But
nobody
still,
can see you.
the junk could be all out. Then
But nobody can see you.
Sounds like a party.
Just make sure you don't get too close. You know what I mean? That's hilarious. I'm kind of with you guys too. Invisibility. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Dude, you imagine the shit you could see if nobody could see you.
Anywhere.
The places you could be.
Yeah. Imagine. Except the president. You couldn't get near the president because I'm sure they got some type of heat signature thing going on. Right?
Yeah, right.
But if you could fly.
Ghostbusters.
If you could fly what? You couldn't fly over the White House. They'd shoot you
They'd shoot you down. They'd be like, "Look, naked invisible guy."
Right.
You look like Wonder Woman in the invisible plane.
Right.
Good stuff, guys. So listen, you know what? Listen, I'm going to walk us out of here. Thank you so very much to everybody. Always so grateful for your support. I mean, goodness, guys, we're 45 episodes into the Bobby Couto Show. 50 is right around the corner. I'm already planning for it. I'm looking something special for 50. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but
that should be the live cast.
We should do the live cast 50, huh? That would be freaking awesome. All right, well, you know what? I'll throw it out there. Maybe we got some people. Maybe there's a venue out there that's available. Maybe we can work something out. I would do it. I'd do it. Take the equipment. We go anywhere. I'd do it. And then we got Jay, who's inviting us to maybe Portsmouth, do a little podcast over there, smoke some stogies, right? Maybe we can do that. We'll see. Well, anyway, great things to come. Looking forward to the future. The show just continues to grow. I can't say enough. I mean, really, the support, the comments, the communication with the fans is just unbelievable. Just a quick heads up again. Remember, we got the contest going on. #TBCS. Make sure you get a selfie of yourself. Listen to the Bobby Couto Show. You'll be entered to win one of those wicked cool Marty T-shirts. Yeah. And again, I got that Google Home, like the one that nobody wants. That thing's brand new. I'm going to give it away to somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to get it, and they're not going to want it, but they'll win that. So make sure you check that out. Of course, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Parler, and TikTok. Man, the show does awesome on TikTok. I can't figure it out. I post anywhere else. I post on TikTok, man. Like we're talking 400, 500, 600 people. Like it's been such a great outlet, and and I've been doing those little excerpts there, and I think because I've been saying to myself, how do I get pieces of the show out so that people can get a little just a bite-sized piece of that? So I started doing that, and
I like the dirty looks you get in the truck from the wife.
Right? It's hilarious.
I love those.
It's perfect.
I look forward to those. I'm like, oh, here it comes. She gives me the side eye.
Always, bro. Always. The idea that she's been 20 years, man. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Amazing, right? But again, guys, listen, you don't get any credit for 20. I think it's 25.
Yeah.
We were looking, people like, hey, I was going to get you a card for 20. And they're like,
25 is like what?
Silver? Is it silver? Bronze? Silver? I don't know. You know what, dude? 20s, that's no joke, but I guess 25 is the year. So we actually, the wife and I said, we're gonna plan something for 25, like go somewhere special for 25. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that works out. If I'm here for 25, we'll see. Who knows what the world holds, right? I mean, November 3rd is right around the corner.
Right there.
Could be the end.
8 days.
Could be the end. They said that an asteroid. The asteroid almost hit the Earth. Like I think it was about a week ago.
Yeah.
Imagine
it's
that.
supposed to come around election time.
The bomb, guys. Thank you so very much for your ear. Really, really appreciate it. 2 hours into the show. I'm so grateful to Steve and Joe in studio today for episode 45. Just making this another epic installment of the Bobby Couto Show. And then once again, hit us up, thebobbycoutoshow@gmail.com. Check out the website, thebobbycoutoshow.com, and Anchor FM /The Bobby Couto. Support the show. and just give us a little something. Help us out, man. Listen, none of this is free. I always mention it, and that's a real huge help. And of course, if you're not going to support the show, go over to loveshriners.org and help that amazing cause of the Shriners Children's Hospital. Amazing people doing amazing things for very unfortunate situations. And again, I always say it: the families don't pay anything, man. When the toughest thing in the world is when you got a sick child, and another thing is to worry about the monetary issue involved with that. And in this case, they really take care of these families. So great cause. And of course, we can't forget that it is still October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So American Cancer Society, save a life, donate, do what you can. Again, so many wonderful, beautiful people out there that have succumbed to this terrible disease. And obviously the more support and awareness we can circulate about it is only going to help save someone, man, someone you love. It could be you, it could be me, it could be someone near and dear to us. So please help the cause. And once again, everybody, thanks again. Really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you being with us. Everybody on Facebook Live, thank you so very much. And I always say it, always remember that all roads lead here.
Nice.
You guys are awesome, man.
Nice.
Dude, that was fantastic, no? Save project. Okay. Episode
Still alive.
45. Crazy, right? Even my keyboard went dead. It went to sleep. Episode 45. Save. All right, everybody on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh, is anybody even here? Is anybody even on Facebook Live anymore?
Just 4 people.
We got some diehards.
We were 2 of them.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we had 4. Yeah, so you were 2 of them. Hey, came out nice. Look at us. We look good. We look good.
We had some people in there, though. We had Don Pryor was in there. Jay was in there.
Yep.
Justin was in there.
Peace. Peace.
Tracy was in there.
Peace. We're gonna end it.
Johnny was in there.
My brother.
We had a few.